things started. We are on the internets. Man, if I was really cool, I'd have like transition screen set up so it wasn't just like pop. I'm in your face, motherfucker.
Hi.
But we're not that fancy here. When we last left our heroic
Intrepid?
band of
Nice.
um, absolutely
People?
lawful good adventurers,
Undercover.
you
I got
guys
it.
had
It's
just
Nijior.
Najir, yeah.
Nijior?
I don't we you know
No, it's DiGiorno.
DiGiorno. They were headed to DiGiorno
Yeah.
um, on
Not
a
delivery.
space race mission versus the corpse fleet, who probably has a solid head start on them. One would assume, especially seeing how they wasted a good chunk of time trying to decode that computer module.
Yeah, with our ace hacking.
um, you did manage to get uh, a location, though you didn't get much after that. Now you're still going to be in the diaspora, otherwise known as the Vast, like out in the middle of fucking nowhere, apparently. As you get ready to travel on, leaving Eox, we're gonna need a piloting check from someone. If anyone
What?
would have any kind of piloting skill, now would be a good time to use that.
Hey, Alma, you want to do this? I only have a plus 19.
Yeah, I'll take it.
In order to
Does anyone want to help me pilot?
in order
I'll
to set the course.
Hubris almost crashed us.
Congratulations, made it by one.
Nice.
So what is okay? Now I gotta pull up your ship again.
Jolly Roger.
Party bus?
You mean the taco truck?
Taco truck.
Yes, the
That's
taco
the
truck.
one.
What type of drift engine do you have? Got to be in here somewhere. Make and model frame.
I'm
Drift
looking.
engine. It is a rating 1. Okay, so divided by 1 doesn't get you much.
Where did you find it in there?
My dad said he got it. However, I don't believe him because I would have gotten an alert that said something if he would have clicked the fucking button.
I can click a button. Boom. Clicked.
There is. It takes you. Come on, where is it now? There it is. 5d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take 15 points of psychic damage. No, it takes you 15 days, by the way, you've plotted your course in order to get there from Eox. So you're going to have some time. You haven't officially like left dock yet. So if you need to run back and grab any last minute preparation type stuff,
Definitely.
now might be the time to do such a thing.
We have so much to sell and so much to buy.
Bob and Clank are on board, getting things prepped to get underway. Vector goes over to computer stations and does his clickety clack thing, and probably wirelessly nowadays. He doesn't even have to like be at the terminal. He's probably just walking around the ship as he's doing it.
He's just somewhere.
So long as he doesn't get too far away.
I have to be, I think, like 20 feet away, and I'm just far enough away that I have to like move my chair slightly.
It's like you're doing something. You're like, there.
Pass a firewall.
Luckily, you know the passwords to your own firewall. All right. So if yeah, you guys are about to set off on a at least on a good day. If everything goes right, and there's no reason why things wouldn't go right, a 15-day journey just to get to the other end of this trip. I don't know if you guys know this about space. There are no rest stops. So if you want to head back in town for a bit, like I said, now would be the time for that. If not, we will get you guys underway.
Let's go shopping. And we
all
have
right,
to,
shopping
we have
stream.
to sell things more properly than we have in the past.
10%. That's what you get, boys and girls. Feel free to unload all your garbage.
Which home?
So, oh my goodness, I gotta remember where. There are 2 places in Eox where you guys were to sell things.
Now, is that across the board just for everything, or is that like you said it was equipment, like people don't trust that we were taking good care of it, kind of a thing? Because I had something that was like rare coins, and I would think they'd maintain some amount of their value.
Yeah, some things like the rare coins, like when you're trying to sell back just general items and equipment, like you're trying to sell
like
some
here's an
armor.
old gun that
Yeah,
my
right.
buddy goblins definitely didn't break.
Right. I mean, you're still probably not going to get the exact list price for it, but I'll look it up and give you a percentage off of that
Nice.
based on, the environment and conditions
Like
that you're
it's
in.
currency.
Yeah. It's almost like it's money. So there's Bonesmith's Boutique, which is the pirate hat place, and then there is Gentle Sage's Necrographs and Sundries. You guys can visit either of those places as you like, as you do.
Weapons first. Let's do weapons first. Gooey
Oh,
has
man,
all
there's
kinds of
drugs
stuff
in
to
this
unload.
game?
What?
Sweet. There's
I don't
drugs
think
in
they
this
really
game.
like me anymore.
Oh no! What did you do? I don't remember.
Try to barter.
Oh, you fool.
You failed horribly, I might add.
Okay, what have you got on you to sell? You probably have something to unload, don't you?
Yeah, I have like over 30 items.
Where would you like to go?
It's nowhere around here.
What?
They won't buy that type of shit. I already
There isn't
tried.
exactly anywhere else we're going on the way.
Well, we
I
don't
got a
know
whole
what's gonna be
bunch
there.
of weapons to offload.
All right, let's go where you want to go then.
All right, because I have, what do I have here? I have a scatter gun, which I'm pretty sure I don't use. Can I order this by? Nope, of course I can't. I have a zero rifle frostbite class to offload. What else do I have here? The pulse caster pistol, the Estic suit that I just replaced, and what the heck is an electrostatic field?
That's the thing that shocks people that stab you.
Nice.
No, maybe I should install that. But yeah, like a lot of weapons and a piece of armor. So do I just take 10% of that?
Yeah, basically it's 10% of whatever it says that the cost of it is. Yeah.
Where's the shop? Where do I go to sell these things off?
I mean, you could go. I mean, most of the stuff, most of the stuff that you guys are gonna want to sell is probably gonna be at the Bonesmith's Boutique, only because you don't really deal with necrographs and sundries as much.
Not as
not...
much.
However, I do have Zarantha's cracked data pad, which has a price of 50, so I could get 5 credits for this.
Nice.
I forget what's on it. Probably really important stuff. Yep, it reveals that she's been colluding with the corpse fleet. Can I just wipe this and get 5 credits for a free computer?
I mean, sure. Oh, Jesus. Sorry,
Whoa.
My phone is telling me all the cool stuff that I can do from Twitch on it, and I really don't care right now.
I look for the I'm pretty sure that this is a hot commodity in my mind, so I look for the sleaziest, underhanded looking black market dealer to sell off this cracked data pad.
Yeah, sure. Like you don't want to necessarily go to a shop. You want to find like just some guy with a trench coat standing on the corner. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of guy who deserves to know that Zarantha was colluding with the fleet.
Yeah, I mean, why not pass on some information of the corpse fleet to people on Eox? That can't have any negative repercussion at all. So I mean, with you are 100% in the part of Eox where there are plenty. You have your pick of shady looking individuals in which you think might be interested in such a thing. So you approach one who's just kind of human, kind of a little beat up, somewhat raggedy, in his clothing, but you know, since you're inside the biosphere, like the human, he's breathing okay and everything. But he's definitely got the darting eyes and he's kind of just being low key and just looking around and you know that kind of thing. So
And I got this. I got these hot docs. That's what they call them on the deep web.
Do they?
they do, huh? That's I mean that's
It's
just
pretty. Information is power, and these are some pretty powerful informations that I got on this. You look like the kind of guy who gathers information, my friend.
I mean, yeah, you know, I could probably move. I mean, information is good. What kind of information is it? Like, what is it?
I mean, if it's hold on, let me actually read what this is.
It's what is this?
Detailed notes. It has information. Wait, what are people's thoughts on the corpse fleet in this area?
Well, it's hard to say, really. Like, officially, again, Eox has completely disavowed the corpse fleet and everything they stand for. So on the surface, no one would be an open supporter that wasn't like armed to the hilt and ready for a fight, because that's what they're probably going to get from the officials when they show up to arrest them.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the official unofficial position. You know what I mean? Like, it would take some digging to find out if somebody was if they were on the level with them. Human, probably not a huge supporter of the corpse fleet, just because you know they want to enslave everyone and master race kind of thing. So
Awkward.
it's
Well,
not in their best interest.
I keep it neutral, and I'll say I don't know what your position on the corpse fleet is, but I got this fresh out the pockets of a captain in the highest ranks. Now that's got to be some spicy meatball.
You got it from a
God, I hate you.
you got it from a captain in the highest rank. Captain is a rank. That's not like you can't be like it's just captain. That is the rank, right? I feel like that's
No,
that's
no.
how that
The
works.
highest captain. There's a bunch
high-
of captains. and
They were
this one's
so
like-
high.
This one's like.
Oh, if you guys want to get high, there's a guy right
Nice.
over there. I can set you
Well, I'm
up.
getting around to that.
Maybe-
Drugs are
maybe-
next. I gotta look at those.
Okay, maybe not so much you being mechanicals and whatnot, but your friends. Whew, it's if you're heading out on a trip. I mean, you might as well go on a trip, right? That's the best way to do it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, I can probably move some corpse fleet intel around. I mean, let me look at the data pad, and he kind of just hold his hand out and see what you got. Are you gonna hand it over?
I will wait. How do I know he's not just gonna take it? What's my collateral?
What's your collateral? You're trying to sell corpse fleet intel to a guy on the street. Like, there's no collateral here, buddy. Like, this is just how this works.
Pass it over.
He takes a look at it. How much is a data pad these days?
For the record, this has a DC-17 computers check to get inside.
Nice.
The price that it says on it is 50.
50.
I assume that's just what that computer is worth.
Right, yeah, not so much the intel or the system itself. So he opens it up, looks at it, and he's like, well, I mean, it's encrypted, so that's good, I suppose. But without being able to get the data, then I'm just kind of taking your word for that there's data here. But I mean, I could probably give you like 50 credits for it.
60.
No, that's not how this works. If you want to haggle, there's like stores. I give you 50 credits for it, and you can take that.
You drive a hard bargain. I take his credits. It's 50 dirty credits.
All right, so you're -1 data pad and plus 50 credits for intel that may or may that you've passed intel to a humanoid person on Eox that may or may not have repercussions in the future as he walks away.
Nice.
Oddly toward the ministry, but that doesn't really concern you. Um,
All right.
what else is
so,
happening?
I guess I'm just gonna walk in and just sell all my shit for 10%.
How do I delete this?
The only thing I had questions about was the rare coins, which I
Rare
can hang on to for
coins.
later if you'd prefer. But
Yeah. The majority, like I said, the majority of stuff that you'll want to sell will probably go to Bonesmith Jacqueline, her and her elaborate pirate style hat
Oh,
and
hello,
outfit.
Bonesmith.
shit. I just deleted something that wasn't the data pad.
Oh no, I did that once and I don't know what it was and I'll never know.
Do you know what you weren't supposed to delete that you deleted?
Probably not.
I think it was my batteries for my gun.
Well,
No, there's batteries there.
No, they moved up here. Maybe just because the batteries were down here before. But then why isn't this deleted? I'm gonna try this again.
You're asking a lot of questions, but I don't really know.
Okay, I think I'm.
Oh, because you moved them to your inventory instead of being on your person, I think is how that works. 583 plus 72. Don't know what Hardicane's doing, but he's scaring me a little bit. Look, I get that you're all powerful, but there's no way you did that much damage. at least not in one round.
No, I was trying to click on the calculator and everything is fucked up on my
If you guys aren't looking to purchase anything, okay, let's look at it this way. Since this is going to be like a massive sell-off, if you guys are okay with it, you can just take all your items, figure out what 10% of that is, delete it, put that in your bank, and we'll just kind of time-lapse the whole process of everyone individually going and asking if they can sell each individual piece of equipment.
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
Some decent drugs in here, though. I'll save it for the way back. I don't want to things up.
Aside from that, does anybody need to do any proper shopping before we go?
Probably. Do we have a specific limited set here? Because we're like on.
So the interesting thing about this is, basically, if you're looking for something 8th level or lower, I have to roll for it to see if they have it on the station, or specifically at the store in the station.
8th level or lower?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, that's everything we'd be looking at.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are 7th level, so you're
That's
right
fair.
about there.
Let's take a quick peek here.
Don't think I can afford a motorcycle yet.
You and your goddamn motorcycle. Gave you a whole fucking starship.
Got a pretty decent set of arrows still. I don't use them very often.
And I would get a motorcycle just because something called a hover trike sounds really lame.
Or adorable.
I mean, it seems like it's actually better for what we need it for, but it's called a hover trike.
I still gotta find someone that buys this fucking ancient elven armor.
Yeah.
Oh. I could buy an exploration buggy for.
That's not much
1,000.
better.
Yeah, that's better. I like that one better. Could fit you all in it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, sure. I'm good.
Hey, fuck it.
So, shopping montage. We all look kind of sad.
All right, well, that was quick.
Oh, I should probably get this electrostatic field installed.
So that's weird. My dad said he fixed it and he figured out how to sub, but it didn't show up. So either he didn't hit
Did
the
it show
button.
mine? I
Uh,
did too.
no, it showed Jono's, but it didn't show you guys'.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Like it didn't even show up. Like Jono showed up in chat and your guys' didn't.
I don't
Well,
even see.
mine wasn't through Twitch Prime.
Yeah, mine was Twitch Prime.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wonder
you-
if it has to
You
be.
manually have to do that. Like go up to the top and hit subscribe, and then Twitch Prime and blah. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
But she's saying that she hit the button, so it still should have popped. Maybe there's probably a different fucking tool for Twitch Prime subscriptions that's different than.
It should still show up in the chat though.
Yeah, which it hasn't.
Yeah.
Does someone want this electrostatic field? Because I just realized I can't fit it in my armor, and I've already used up my brain slot.
What did it do again?
If someone tries to attack you, what is it? Resistance 5 and 1d6 electricity damage.
I mean, if someone tries to hit you, what was that first part?
It's 1d6 electricity damage, and I think it gives you electricity resistance 5 on top of it.
As well. And that's like a melee attack against you?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
assume?
I mean, it's a field around you.
Shoot
It's
out
not a
of
fucking
60 feet.
yeah, shooting out 60-foot lightning bolts.
That'd be pretty rad.
It kind of would be.
So be honest.
I could swap out my quick release sheath. I don't really,
Use
need
it.
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do I give?
If-
I'm just gonna
I
drag
think
it
if
over
you
here.
use the party sheet.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
can drop it into the party sheet and she can pick it up out of there.
Okay,
But
I
then
dragged it
Jesse
onto you.
has
That
to
didn't
do the
anything,
thing.
right?
Oh, I've got to do the armory thing, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in the party sheet.
So I will put my armor also in the party sheet.
That might help things. Item, forge. See if it works. Nope. Put it in the equipment side. Clear forge. Oh, okay, I got to figure out where the that's a mod, right?
Mm-hmm. Armor upgrade. Yep.
Oh, I have a second skin that I.
Oh,
sweet,
I don't
25
know if I
points.
can. I don't know if I can
Remember that?
deforge your item.
Oh, maybe you have to
Uh-oh.
start from scratch, like.
Yeah, probably. So we need to get items, and then it is
And a pulsecaster pistol. Can go too.
type in Vesk. Vesk Brigand 2, right? Yep.
Yep.
And then
And
templates.
Infrared sensors was the other thing in there,
Yeah.
so I can be cool like everyone else and see in the dark.
Infrared sensors and an electrostatic field.
Yeah.
Mark
What?
1.
I like to imagine when I sell off all my weapons and armor, I just walk into the nearest shop, like a friggin' Walmart or something, and just drop a pile of weapons on the counter.
Electrostatic field, infrared sensors. Okay. So edit. That goes away. That goes away. It is in the party sheet.
Woo. Thank you.
And correct.
Woohoo.
All right. So, are we good with our shopping trip?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I
I'm
only
just-
had like one thing to sell.
But yeah.
I still have the rare coins. Haven't dealt with those.
I don't know why I had so much to sell.
So they're the
I
10%
know I
would
had
be.
so much to sell.
Yeah. I know why you did too.
All the shit.
Yeah, I thought I
Okay.
just gave everything to you.
I
I'm
am good.
surprised that.
Yeah, like half my inventory is gone. But I still
Nice.
have those bulk of cocoons.
Oh yeah, me
The
too.
Norqual
The
stuff?
Norqual.
Yeah, that Noqual, that's good stuff to hold on
I've
to.
never like used it.
All right, so with that, you guys head back to the ship. Upon your arrival back there, you see Bob and Clank just kind of at this point milling about around the outside, giving her a once over. They should go, "Hey, you guys are back. That's good. You guys are ready to go.
Road
Yes.
trip.
Road trip."
There's a little bit of a lack of roads.
Space trip.
Space trip. Bob and Clank finish their one over. Bob tucks some duct tape away in his pocket, and then you guys run up inside.
What were you using the duct tape on?
Primary buffer panel was a little loose. Just put some on there. Looks good now. Shiny.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, good idea. Don't look too close into that.
I don't want to know.
So with that, you start off on your 15-day journey to Najor, whatever we decided that place was going to be called.
DiGiorno.
do you guys have anything that you need to anything you need to do at this point? Well, this is basically you have 15 days of downtime. So
So I assume we had to like go somewhere to do things like ship upgrades. Probably can't just do them ourselves while we fly.
no, you can't exactly swap them out. And the port at Eox probably not the
No.
best place to try and make that happen either.
Also, I would assume.
Hey, I know this shady guy. I mean, he could probably do some ship upgrades.
So
Make the ship so high.
but if you wanted to repair anything, craft anything, research anything,
Night school.
night school.
Drugs are expensive.
What exactly are you wanting to study in your night school?
Ooh, I want to be better at computers again. I'm gonna study computer science.
I mean, that's fine. You can certainly choose to do that. Remember, no matter how good you are, if you're assisting, you only give him a +2.
Oh no, I want to take over.
Oh.
Let's
Just
see.
trying
What
to-
else
What's your plus right now?
would be a good idea? No, my plus isn't bad. It's like, oh, it's 10 now. Yeah. What am I
'Cause
bad
it's
at?
14.
I'm not very good
Math.
at.
I mean, if you wanted to learn, like this is night school at a university, right? So if you want to learn something like, and they're a school of xenomorphology and anthropology, so they would specialize in like alien races and
Yeah, I was
culture
gonna say like
and that kind of
culture
stuff. So
and
yeah,
diplomacy kind
Yeah.
of thing.
those things would definitely, that would definitely fall into play as what that scholarship would be worth.
Alien races? Like piloting races?
No, not that kind of racing, Vector.
I mean, that's the extracurricular, right?
I feel, yeah, that's their sports team. They have these pods that go around a track. Never mind. I feel the lawsuit incoming. I'm just gonna stop right there. But yeah, you could definitely spend some time doing that. I mean, and you've been doing this for a while. Like the majority of your downtime has been spent doing this. So we'll say that you probably at this point. Let's see here. Skills. We'll say you can. I'll give you a miscellaneous +1 to culture checks. How's that sound for a scholarship? I
Lovely.
feel like that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And I'd say that you probably have the ability to increase that by at least one more. In either culture or like a different thing, but you'll have to continue to use your downtime to do so, and we'll probably take some rolls after this.
Nice.
So that's Ama's downtime, top to bottom. Even though that's out of order now, but Jodo, what do you got? Anything you need to do in your downtime?
No, not really.
No.
Read a
Simple guy,
book.
didn't take the school and took the money. I'm just chilling with the goblins, hanging out, making friends.
Chilling
Playing
with
cards.
the goblins. They're trying to teach you an interesting form of goblin poker that involves gears, spare parts, and slapping each other, which you really seem to enjoy the slapping each other part.
I
So-
figured I would be very good at slapping.
Yeah,
things.
yeah. They are a little reluctant that they've started to play with you at this point, but they realize that maybe, uh-oh. Everybody okay? They still have Ama and Vector? Okay. I just got a thing that said, EQJ, connection lost. Hover, connection lost.
Oh, that Canadian internet.
That Canadian internet.
Canadian internet.
Fucking
Slow-ass
socialists.
moves.
So yeah, so you spend your time just, building some camaraderie with the crew, we'll say. Gooey, what do you got? Anything you need to work on aside from apparently rolling damage against the ship? Are you firing your rifle off indoors? Is that what's
No,
happening?
I accidentally clicked on it.
Making
Yes,
food?
but it was an accident.
He knows to shoot out the open cargo bay.
Yeah. No, I'm just rolling because rolling.
Okay. But you don't have anything you need repair, craft, study, research. All right. 9. All right.
Culinary arts.
Vector, anything for you, sir? You're
So
kind of
I
the
did
jack
go
of all
to-
trades on the downtime, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did go to the school, so I guess that's
Yep.
better than doing nothing.
Mhm.
What can I?
What course offerings did they have?
I mean, again, general studies. If you want it, but if you want like the culture or like life science stuff, or
I'm wondering if like maybe going with diplomacy or something charismatic might be a good idea.
diplomacy. Yeah, I'd say that would work, especially for an android when we're talking about like you're studying other alien cultures and civilizations and how they do business. I think that's pretty legit to say that you got a diplomacy buff from that.
All right, let's do that. So
All right.
let's.
I don't know why you have all these miscellaneous bonuses on your sheet.
They're all very complicated.
Okay, I'm just gonna change one, the diplomacy
if you look
one.
at my notes, then
It's
there's,
all in there.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna change your diplomacy to a +4, and again, that one being enough in line with kind of the general theme of that school, you could probably get another level out of that later on, but it'll probably take a roll to see how well you did in class and how much you were paying attention.
I've added that bonus to my notes section.
Excellent.
So
Any crafting you need to get done? Anything you want to work on, repair? I don't know how much. I thought you got most of the gear that was broken fixed.
yeah, I think so. I don't.
so.
Does anyone have broken stuff? Because I could do that.
I don't.
I'm pretty quick at it now.
Let's see. It would say in brackets, I think, right?
Yeah, it would have it like parentheses broken.
I think I
around
only
it.
had the one thing, and you fixed it.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So with that, I mean, your trip is drift travel in the vast is interesting. Instead of having like the blackness of space with like dots of stars as you guys are flying past, not necessarily at ludicrous speed, but you guys are booking.
Thank God.
In the drift, like the drift travel, especially in this part, there's lots of like pink and purplish energy clouds that both seem to be like very much there, but also very far away at the same time. You can see. Everybody make perception checks.
Oh, no.
Oh
Yeah.
So Hurricane and Danny, as you staring out windows through all your
We got our noses in
wonderful, yeah,
no.
Nerds.
fucking nerds. You guys notice just kind of like as you guys are traveling, there'll be like the occasional engine or like wing of a ship that looks almost like sheared off, like not together, not like you just as you guys are traveling, you'll notice
Debris,
like
where it's-
space junk, yeah, parts of ships that probably had their drift engines fail and things didn't quite go right.
Well, that's
Is there any
encouraging.
like ship holes that are kind of?
No, I mean you wouldn't be able to get like one. You certainly wouldn't be able to like stop in time to do anything about it. But you don't get a whole lot of detail. Like there might have been a hole in all that mess, but it's nothing that's of any kind of salvageable condition, probably.
Damn it.
Maybe the corpse fleet that we're chasing decided to just go full fucking beat through here and just all fucking debris.
But I mean, you also know that it's not uncommon to come across stuff like that in your travel. It's not like a ton of it, but just you notice as you occasionally are staring out into the vast, and that it's just like, oh shit, what was that kind of thing. There are other weird things as well aside from ship parts, like every now and then one thing like you'll see kind of like probably like some steel beams of some sort, probably from some city. There's like a giant gear, like roughly the size of your ship. Like just giant cogwheel just floating as you guys go soaring past. The ship's smart enough to, miss all things that would cause, instant death upon impact. So you don't have anything to worry about there.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
This time as they wish. Let me get. Let me see. In the clouds. So you can do. At this point, you're getting to an area where these clouds are becoming a little more prominent, and they start getting darker in both color and what looks to probably maybe be density. And you can see some like flashes of light between some clouds to others, or just in between internally the clouds themselves. Science officer can make a computers check if they wish to learn some more about said clouds.
Whoa, or freaking Fantasy Grounds can blow a gasket. There we
Oh
go.
no!
It's back.
Blow no gaskets. 25. Oh, okay.
All right.
On the money. So spend a little bit of time with the ship's computer systems, looking at these clouds as you guys travel. It reveals that the clouds are portions of the plane of air that have been absorbed by the drift. They're basically thunderhead type clouds held together by the plane's residual energy. And it's no shit, actual lightning probably that's jumping between these, as you see. Let me get. I would like to see some culture and or engineering checks from the group.
Hey, I've been learning about this stuff.
Hey, so have I, but my engineering's way better.
Oh, I gotta go back and hit the books. I'm learning about this stuff. I'm gonna go look it up. Right back.
Vector, what is your culture / engineering check in reference to ships? You get an extra bonus on top of that?
That's right. Shoot.
I think he
give me
gets like a
one
+2.
Plus something.
Quick second. I think it's the lone. No, not lone wolf.
A plus, yeah.
Is it lone wolf? Whenever you need to attempt a skill check, either during starship combat or to directly repair other. No, that's different. Although I did forget about that. Theme knowledge.
Yeah, you had a thing if you were
yeah.
looking at another ship, right?
Reduce the DC of culture checks to recall knowledge about a starship and vehicles, blah 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 blah,
Yeah, that
by
one.
5.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Oh.
essentially, I have a +13 instead of a +8.
Got it.
which my issue
Yep.
is, so we-
Nice.
That is enough. The rest of you don't know what the hell you're looking at. However,
Least of all.
Never say I do.
so fearful symmetry. I need it. I was trying to see if I have an image of this. I do.
Hey.
Shoo.
Ooh.
That's slick.
Vector. The media computer scans didn't catch this, but since you're the pilot and you're man in the helm looking around, you notice a ship emerge from one of the clouds nearby. You immediately recognize the ship as one of the Aslanti Star Empire.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, or do I?
Well, most of you would know who they are. They are an expansionist federation of worlds under the command of humans who left Golarion millennia ago. This is a scout class ship. It normally has a crew of 2, and you immediately recognize it as part of the Star Empire's largest military force, the Aeon Guard.
Huh. And
Is
they
it-
are where in relation to us?
Is it Eon or Aeon? I always never know that. They are Right's about there
It's a merp.
in reference to where you guys are.
Hey guys, I point out the window.
In about no sooner than you recognize and point out the window?
That's what he
Point
said.
at the view screen? I don't know.
Something.
Over the general comms frequency, like your basic ship-to-ship general comms frequency, you hear, "Attention, Pack World vessel. This is the Aslanti Star Empire vessel, the Fearful Symmetry. Surrender immediately and you will not be harmed. In fact, you will have the immense pleasure of becoming another small part of the Empire's vast populace. Refuse, and we will be forced to turn you into space dust. This message will not repeat."
I mean,
we're made of space dust.
we're all space dust. But,
They can't really, like,
This,
we're already.
do I like this impact? Because this sounds like the kind of these sound like cool dudes that would totally
They
be
sound
up
like
my alley.
dicks.
Oh, stop spinning the fucking ship. Jesus.
That wasn't me, for the record.
I don't care who it was.
It's usually me, but not me this time.
You, all of you fucking ADD-ass children need to calm the hell down.
Yeah, it was me.
Aslanti, what do you know about them? Okay, we'll take a 2-second break here. I don't know if I'm supposed to give you this now or later. But there is a handout, and I'm going to read it again real quick. Though normally it says handout. What the hell? There it is.
So good.
What you got there?
I don't know.
Cheese bread.
Let's see here. Big show. I'm trying to see because I don't want to give you stuff out of order, and I haven't read the entire thing, so I don't know if this actually takes place an hour later. So we're gonna hold off on that. The Aslanti are kind of like the human version of the Corpse Fleet in the sense of they think they're better than everyone else. They are expansionists. They do a whole lot of encapture, enslave, and everything for the Empire kind of deal. That is how they jive. So, do what? Space MAGA? Is that what you said? So there is that, and that's that's it's a well-known fact that they are like that. There isn't a whole lot of knowledge about like them, and like that's basically the bulk of what people know. Like people normally don't have stories of, man, we ran across this Aslanti. No, that doesn't happen. Just like, we ran across this Corpse Fleet destroyer. That doesn't happen either. That's not a story that anybody gets to tell.
So if they're like very self-righteous and they're inviting us over to to be on their side, could we? And I've turned the comm off and I'm talking to everyone. Can we like say that we'll join them and then go on their ship and then just like hijack their ship?
I feel like you have grossly misinterpreted their initial message. It wasn't an invitation. It was join us or die is basically what it was.
Mm-hmm. So we say we'll join them, and then we use that as a weakness to take over and just like murder them and take all their stuff.
I don't think we have time to take down this organization from the inside.
Ah, shit. That's a good point.
It sounds like murder hoboing steps.
Science officer,
Okay,
computers.
You leave me on their ship and go do your thing. I'll become a captain in the ranks and.
Science
Yeah, right.
officer, computers check. Science officer.
What? Oh, shoot. Drop it.
Jesus,
Oh, gee, well.
you're having all sorts of
Whoopsie.
problems over
Well,
there.
I guess we're just.
What do you need from the science officer? You mumbled something.
Computers check.
Am I hacking them?
Nope. Right now, you're just trying to pay attention to your screen while this Jack John's going on.
Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. There's a lot of Jack John. I don't
Yeah,
know.
chin wagging going on. You do notice that shields on the ship are going up. Targeting systems
On their
appear to
ship?
be coming online. Yes.
Hey guys, they're aiming at us.
Can
I don't think we have too much time here.
I think the best course of action would be to say, fuck it and just punch it and try to run away? Like,
I agree.
jump in a drift?
Punch it.
It's a tiny ship with 2 people. I say approach them and then just blow them out of the sky.
All in
it came
favor of
out
punching
the
it?
Nebula. How do we know there aren't more in there?
Oh,
What I'm
it's the
getting.
Nebula. That's why I'm not the captain, I guess.
That's why the
Well,
warrior, the soldier is
yeah,
I
captain of the ship.
believe.
I spin up the goop drives. I don't know what they're called.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fine. You can spool up the drift drive. As you do so,
That's what I said.
their
Punch it, Chewie.
their targeting systems appear to be fully online, and they just go ahead and fire theirs up too. So that's a thing that you guys can try and do, but we're gonna go into combat. So let's
Oh,
go
I
ahead and
bet.
get us some piloting checks.
I'm gonna outmaneuver the shit out of them. I don't even care that I rolled bad.
Uh,
I got
I
such
got-
good thing.
I have to find these assholes. There they are.
These dick jockeys.
I had some of this stuff like kind of pre-planned, at least for the first thing that you guys might come across. Crew modifiers. There it
Some
is.
serious typing in the background.
That's just normal typing.
It's just a normal keyboard.
Normal, really loud cherry brown keyboards that we have.
It's
No,
it's
no.
not even the loud keyboards. It's the
No.
quiet ones.
The quiet, quiet cherry browns.
It's not gonna let me. Okay, so we're just gonna have to do all this. I'm gonna have to use my brain power.
Dog.
Oh boy.
19. Oh Jesus. Okay, well that makes that easy. 20. Okay, they act first. Their speed is
DuckTales. Oh, woo.
10.
Is that good? I forget.
We go 1,
Sounds pretty good.
2. What's their maneuverability? Good. Turn 1. So I've got to go
There's so many numbers on this sheet. Where's our speed? Our speed is 10.
3.
I just have to
4.
remember what all the things are I can do.
Mhm.
They're not on the
5.
sheet. I have to open the book.
Oh wait, they beat you. You should have moved first, huh? That's
yeah.
how it's supposed to work.
Mhm.
It is, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
They beat
5.
me? Oh.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Oh no, you beat them. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had that right.
Continue.
That part always messes me up. I think I'm doing it right, and then I'm like, no wait,
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
kind
oh
of
wait,
weird. But it
we're
makes
there. We're
sense.
back. We're there again.
Should I just
So
shoot?
so they're gonna go to there.
Zoom. You can shoot
Pilot.
zoom.
Pilot your ship, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I can do for just gunning it. I'm trying to. I have stunts. Barrel, evade, flip and burn,
Do a
fly
barrel.
by.
Barrel,
Fly,
barrel,
turn
do
one,
a barrel roll.
I don't think there's anything more than just.
There's nothing for a straight line. Punch it. It's just a.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm going to just fly. So probably and we're
You
just gonna
guys-
go to the.
You guys were generally headed you were generally pointed at each other. When you started, just so you know. So, like, if you're going to try and fly in the opposite direction, you would need to execute a turn.
But that's the way they want me to go.
I mean, you
They
can
want me to
do
go like through the nebula.
you can do whatever you want to do, sir.
How do we move?
We can try to fly through the nebula and maybe use it to lose them.
Unless there's like a whole friggin' bunch of them. My thought is just
Oh,
going.
now you're worried about that.
Yeah, because you
Now
brought
that
it
he
up.
knows.
It's smart. My thought is just flying straight up, like go past them. I think I can turn. What's the turning speed on this?
You guys aren't you good or better? Like you're on, I think, a 1.
Yeah, I think so. That means I can move. I can turn every 1 hex that I move.
Yeah, you
Something
can.
like that, yeah.
Something like that. So
You can
yeah, that
rotate
gives me-
1, move 1, rotate, move, right?
Yeah, so I go 1, rotate there, 2, and then I just go straight 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could get. Shit, I've already lost it. I wish I had an actual map I could draw. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Do you not have
3,
the arrows
4,
in this
5,
mode?
6, 7. Oh, how do I make arrows?
I don't know if you can. It was right
It's
click.
a right
Yep.
click and then
I do
pointer.
have arrows, so I could. It's still measuring it in feet. 1 turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I could move to there in a turn. And I wouldn't be going through them. We'd be flying by.
Bye, yeah.
The 1 hex occupied. Yeah, I don't. So here, like, do I provoke an attack of opportunity if I'm flying through them?
No, it's not so much. Space Combat doesn't have exactly an attack of opportunity, and
It does.
even
though.
it. Well, we don't have.
The
From
ship
what
moves, so flyby is the ship moves as normal, but it can move through 1 hex occupied by an enemy starship without provoking an attack of opportunity, as described by moving through other starships.
I think you're gonna get like regular combat will happen. Like you're not gonna be like it's not like you jolt all that way out, and then if they don't have range by the end of it, they don't get to shoot you.
Yeah.
Like
And
because
it's-
all of it kind of happens at once,
Mm.
but they just don't get to shoot you twice.
So the attack of are they facing me? Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack of opportunity is basically if I pass through a hex that has a starship, if we're any weapons that are facing each other get to fire. But I don't have to pass through it. I can just do this.
Right, you're
So-
going around. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and then just fly up and out of
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
That's my thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that unless anyone thinks it's a terrible idea.
Sounds good to me.
How do I? And they'll have to turn around, which they could probably do. 'Cause they,
One would assume they might have that ability. All right, we are on engineering. You can take a check if you want, now or whenever.
Mhm.
Same with captains. And then if not, we are going to go to the gunnery phase.
Right. I gotta remember what my
I am going to
things are. I think I could boost
buff.
overall.
Yeah, I'm gonna buff or boost whoever the gunner is, which I assume is Gooey.
I'm really opening my book because I can't remember what I can bluff.
we have guns in the back, right?
We got
You
guns.
have a
Turret.
point defense system in the back, and you have a turret that can shoot 360.
Tar.
Turret.
I gotta remember. How do I do the shooty? It's
So if you
active.
go to your
How to
crew
shoot.
tab, there should be.
Well, that's
thing next to
it's
your
not
name?
right.
Oh yeah.
So-
The rolls weren't right.
Yep.
Ugh.
Just trying to remember how to if it hits that
Mhm.
damage. What do I roll?
Boy, we don't do a lot of starship stuff, huh?
Nope. You know what? I assume it's
324.
like this. So I'll just use that.
The
Something
starship-
like that.
Starship rolls aren't that hard. They're just completely different than
They're just
everything else.
Yeah.
They're a completely different game.
Yeah.
It's
The
It's
turret is the light particle beam.
Yeah. I get that. It's just do I use piloting skill?
I think
You
you can use piloting
use-
or
no, it's a
the
fucking mess of
roll, right?
things. It is.
That's right.
Okay, here we go. The things I can do.
If I ever
Mhm,
need to
mhm.
attempt a skill check during starship combat or to directly repair the starship, I get half my piloting check.
Gunnery check is 1d20 plus
But
your base
hang on,
attack. Well, okay.
'cause I can boost them. God, there's so many pages. Engineer actions.
Give him the boost.
I think it was divert. I can divert auxiliary power. Blah 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 blah. So if I send this to Starship's weapons, treat each damage die that rolls a 1 as having rolled a 2 instead. Is what I'm doing.
So
Give
now
him the
there's no
boost.
critical fails.
Yeah. All right.
Alright,
So
1d6 or
1d20
1d20
plus
plus.
your base attack bonus in either base attack Okay, you have to choose between. On this one, you have to choose between either your base attack bonus or the gunner's ranks in piloting. So that's one that you have to choose on. So write this down so that you can have it in the future, so that we can have it written down somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
Randy,
so
first
this
it
is
down.
Engineer.
What?
Nothing.
Um.
Alright, so my piloting rank is 2 with a total of 9, but my base attack is 6. So
Okay, so your base attack is what you're going to use there.
Yes.
So there's a 6 for that. What's your dexterity modifier? Very front page of your character sheet.
4.
So we're at 10. Bonus from computer systems. Does your ship have a bonus to gunnery?
Yeah, no.
You can do
For
any
checks,
check.
0.
You can use one of the any checks.
I'm trying to figure out what my roll was. It's DC minus 10 plus 2 times your starship's tier, but what's DC?
You're fucking kidding me.
What?
Where is this fucking book?
it's a fucking mess, man.
What's
Um,
DC?
What are you trying to find out?
The roll to do the divert thing to help is DC minus 10 plus 2 times your starship's tier, which is
Your starship's tier 6.
plus 12. So DC minus 10 plus 12, but I don't know what fuck DC is.
Successful engineering check is DC 10 plus 2 times your ship's tier.
Or maybe it's not DC minus 10.
No, it's
maybe
equals.
Like a dash. Like
No,
the DC
it's
is
supposed to be-
10 plus.
Yeah, DC equals 10 plus 2 times starship's
Is that
tier.
an equal sign? That's
Yep.
a really
It is in
bad
the
equal
written
sign.
book that I'm staring at.
Okay, that's much better and not as confusing.
Are you getting a?
So,
Are you
20.
getting?
And
Are
I
you-
didn't beat it.
Okay, so you didn't get the bonus there. Jodo, did your bonus work? What are you trying to do? Yell at him?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I have the book open.
Okay.
Crew actions.
Do I not have a
Captain actions.
bonus?
I can demand, which will grant +4 bonus to any one specified check, which is to Gooey's shooting.
Yeah.
15 plus 2 times starship tier. Is that 2 times your starship tier? Do you think that's in parentheses? That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 times 15 plus
yeah.
12.
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
pardon my dear. Yeah. So 12 and
Otherwise, it would be huge.
yeah, 12 and 15 is your DC. So 27.
27. I need a 27 on Intimidate then. Hey, there
Nailed
you go.
it. So he gets a +4. So you're at 14. So you're at a +14 to hit
Yay.
with your turret.
Ooh.
29.
Hell yeah. Plus what?
No, he rolled it. That's
Yeah,
what he rolled a
he-
15 plus
Oh,
14
you
is a
put the 14 in
29.
there. Nice.
And their fucking hell.
Oh,
AC is 21. So that's a
Yeah.
hit. Roll
Let's
for
just
damage.
Skip all the
It's
Starship
3d6.
combat until they fix this program.
5.
5 points on the. At what point are you shooting? I'll give you the option.
I'm using the particle beam. Oh.
Man,
Right,
those
but
ones
you have
could've
to-
been twos.
Well,
Yeah.
we're flying by them, so I assume it would be in their front arc or maybe one of the sides.
You're gonna say side arc
Yeah.
for realisticness. All right. So 5 points to them on that arc, and they have. Okay, so they're at 12 on the port. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I need like a graphing calculator and
I feel like they made Starship Combat way too fucking complicated.
it's not. I mean,
Maybe.
yes and no. Like if we were doing this sitting down, it'd probably be a hell of a lot easier. Because there's tools and stuff that they have
Perhaps.
for sitting down that makes it a lot easier that we don't have here. So
Mhm.
they're at 12 on the port. All right, their gunnery phase. They have weapons as well. They're gonna shoot you with that
No,
thing.
they have weapons. I was hoping they didn't.
They're gonna be at plus 14
No, Dad.
as
no.
well.
Daddy's no.
What your AC is 14. Your AC is only 14. Well, they hit.
Oh shit! I should have done an evade. Oh well.
Dang.
I mean, they roll to see if there's a critical fail. There's not. They roll a 17. They hit. It's gonna be your port side as well, right? Because that's how ships work.
Sure.
And you are gonna take. Oh Jesus! Which die is that one? It's that. 15 points of
13.
damage to the port shields.
Those shields are down.
Those shields are down
Shit.
Dang.
at a proper 0
Which side is port?
left.
Left. Because
Oh,
it's
no.
4 left.
Okay.
I remember
Holy
you taught me
shit!
that in like game 1.
There we go.
What?
In our first game, he said ports left where the way you're facing because it's got 4
I-
letters. And left
There's a strong part of me that wants to bring up the fact that we have to tell GUI which side the port side is every time we play Atlas, and we've done that religiously.
Every time.
And EQ got it from like 3 months ago. Anyway,
I willingly choose to
willingly
decide
forget.
faster.
Yeah, no, that's obvious.
I don't
Okay.
know, last night I was playing, I actually remembered.
Okay, so that is, I believe, round number 1.
Yep.
And now you see why I let you guys run away.
Already in trouble.
Because fuck. All right, so piloting checks again.
Okay, and I neglected that this also the ship gives me a +1, which I don't think I added.
No worries.
For
Actually, I have
piloting?
a +20.
What?
What the ship gives a modifier on checks.
They
Oh,
beat
yeah.
you that time, so you're up first.
Maybe I'm seeing something different. Oh, is it the mod part?
No, the
Is it
ship
the
has
mod or
a.
checks?
If you look at where it says ship, PC ships, hang on, I gotta open up yours again.
In the
I
bottom,
just- I'm-
right?
I'm
The
looking
piloting
at-
gives
Bottom
me-
middle, there's a modifier section, and there's
Yeah.
But the part that
piloting.
says checks is 0.
What?
I'm confused.
Oh, no,
reading
no.
this box.
Okay, so that's checks per round. You get a bonus to any 2 checks per round, but the +1 to piloting is always there.
Oh, okay.
So if it's 0, just assume that it's always there. But if it has
Weird.
something there, then you have to use it.
Obviously. 0 means
Alright.
always.
Yeah, that's how
Got it.
computer.
0 is infinity.
So they beat me at 34.
Yeah, because they rolled 38.
What a bunch of jerks. Alright, I'm gonna use the tail of this nebula then to try and lose them. I'm going to perform. Wait, what's our starship's tier? Tier 6. So
6.
6 times 2.
Oh no, I get to look
DC
at.
22 check to do evade. So I move at the normal speed, normal turns, and everything. If I pass, we get a +2 AC and TL. If I fail by 5 or more, we get -2, which I don't even know if I can. So throw this down. +1. Yeah, we make it. That's more than 22. So we get a +2 to AC and TL. I don't know what TL is, but there you go. I'm going to move 1 turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that puts me here. And I'm trying to lose them through a little bit of cloud, but not going into the main nebula proper.
I mean, you're in Nebula proper right now, just so that we're clear.
All right. Well, I tail end into the nebula then, so it's
I-
a little harder.
I just, I just want to let you know where you are. You are in the Nebula.
Nebula.
Doesn't seem fair. All right.
Rude.
They are going to attempt a maneuver, which
They would.
is DC 15 plus. Ship's tier is. What's your guys' ship tier? 6.
Six.
So 12
I think that they're out of range.
and 15
They can move into range though.
is.
Perhaps.
Hyper parent attack.
Nice.
27.
I
It's
prepared
a it's a
6 shields.
27 DC, and he's got to make a piloting check. Is that how that works?
Sounds like their piloting is pretty good.
Like that doesn't make sense. I mean, he's got a yeah. Okay, well, I mean, congratulations, he makes it. I'll roll a die just to make sure. Yeah, okay, he gets it. So then it moves half its speed, which is 10. So I think right. Let me make sure.
And since
Yeah,
the nebula
speed
was
is
powerful-
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gets to flip around. The old flip and burn. All right. So we are at engineering slash piloting slash, or engineering slash captaining slash gunnery.
I would like to try to fix these here shields.
That's a good idea.
Which I forget which of these many things is the thing. There's quick fix, which I can't use. Patch. Oh, God. Huh? Oh, yeah. There's like repair that happens each round? Is that right?
What's repairing?
Like the shields are naturally slowly repairing themselves, and the stuff I can do is to fix that faster?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So there's the whole glitching, malfunctioned, and wrecked thing. Is our shield one of
That's-
those?
No, because I think that's on the critical chart.
That's critical.
And I don't think it was critical damage based on what I read.
It's just not functioning.
Yeah.
So like these are all for the critical damage things.
TL
So
appears
I think I need to just do divert again and divert power to those shields. So let's try it again.
You said shields restore an amount of shields.
Ooh,
Shield
beat it
points
by 1.
equal to 5% of the
5%.
PCU rating
God, of the
of the
Starship's
Starship's
power
core.
core. What?
Your power core is that's
Uh-huh.
just
Is it the total current over there? 150, 147 thing?
hang on. Ship's power core
Top right.
is no, that's not your. Wait, hang on. Is it the energy or the rating of it?
Rating. Who
Yeah, I'm
wrote
gonna say
this?
yeah. I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to be here all day. Too late. So yeah, 5% of 150.
Nice.
I guess is what you get. Back to your shields, which is what then? It is math amount.
The 7, 8, 7.5, 15, half of 15.
7 it is. I had a pin. It has disappeared.
Does it
There it is.
round up or down?
Down. We checked that last time.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Up to the shield
All right.
value.
I don't think they have anything that can reach out and touch you at that range.
7.5.
Where's the...
How far can medium?
Yeah, but it rounds down. Where's the numbers? Where do the numbers get stored? Do I just have to write them down like a nerd?
You can actually change it on the ship's sheet. You should be able to.
Let's find out. Because port went to 0, right? Nope, that doesn't edit.
Or-
Port was supposed to be at 0, but
Yeah.
I can't change it.
No, me neither.
Let me see if I can change it.
How far can a medium weapon reach in space?
That worked.
Okay, so add 7 back.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I can't.
7i.
All you. What did you ask?
How far can a medium weapon reach in space?
Like your gun?
Yeah.
Nice. I like where this is going.
1 kilo.
Hang on.
He cannot be
Literally.
the first person to ask this.
No, he's definitely not.
No, I'm just trying to look up two different things. Fucking hell. Where the fuck is ship equipment at? I know. By far the worst part of Fantasy Grounds in the system.
Yeah.
Thrusters,
It's
armor,
so good everywhere
power
else.
core. It really is. Crew quarters, drift engines, expansion bay.
Huh, there is literally no table for weapon
Range. Short, medium, and long. What the fuck, guys?
Make the call, coach.
Maybe he is the first
Short.
person to ask this.
Short range is 5 hexes, medium range is 10 hexes, long range is 20 hexes.
Sure.
The hell do you see that?
Page 303, weapons.
Oh,
Under the weapons category and under range.
they're just one out of range.
Oh.
As with character scale range attacks, an attack with a starship weapon takes a cumulative -2 penalty for each range increment beyond its first. So you
So you can
can
still try.
shoot it at a -2.
Nice.
Oh, okay, so that's still a plus 12.
Hell yeah.
Got him.
28. That'll hit.
Woo!
Roll damage.
Can't remember. Do I get any
Damage.
for damage bonus?
Yeah, did you yell at him?
No,
you were
the
supposed to.
bonus is for him to hit.
Yeah, the bonus is to hit, not to damage.
Oh,
You don't get
no,
any-
I had to fix shields.
Your damage is just
Oh,
straight damage roll.
10.
10 to the forward section, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
can
which-
glance them on the side.
That is 18. And you did 10, so 4 is 8. Alright.
Is that the ship's weapons or just your normal weapon?
That's the ship
Yeah.
weapons. We have never upgraded the ship.
For some reason, I thought you were just
'Cause we're
firing
poor.
your normal weapon out the back or something.
Light plasma.
I
Light
also pictured that.
plasma cannon.
For all those
Ew.
times he was practicing shooting out
Exactly.
the airlock.
Fuck.
Fuck.
So for sure he was gonna try that.
I pushed a button.
No,
Me
don't
too.
push
I lost my map a while ago. I need to bring that back up.
Oops.
Fucking hell, guys. Space. There we
Space, how
go.
does it even
I
work?
legit hate space combat. This is the dumbest shit
Yeah.
ever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2,
Not
3,
great.
4, 5, 1. So you'd be at a -4. But you just shoot. Trust me, I'm trying to get us out of this as fast as possible. But I gotta go through the motions. So you're gonna be at +10. He's gonna shoot. Boom. All right. What's your AC on that thing on the taco truck?
Jesus.
20,000.
14.
14. Okay, that's a hit then because God, you guys should find armor somewhere.
That'd be great if we weren't fucking poor as shit.
2,
And like in the middle of nowhere.
23 points of damage.
You upgrade your ship not at EOX was the answer.
Guys, we have a problem.
So we're space dust.
Got hit for 23 points of damage
No.
How'd we get hit? We're 11 squares away.
because
You
it's
rolled
a -4 to hit for them, and I still came out at 19.
And through the nebula, too?
Ooh, actually,
Hmm.
good call. I
What
was
weapons are they using?
Unless the
rushing
nebula
through.
gives him a -6. He's
Yeah,
still
well,
No,
maybe.
it doesn't do that, but there is something else that happens.
We
That-
die,
We die
worse.
more, yeah.
Yeah.
The nebula catches fire.
No, I gotta roll percentage dice. Where the fuck are those? There they are.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, because everything for starships is PCU, which is
No,
just like an
that still
unimaginable amount of wealth.
hits. You don't have to buy anything. We went over this a little bit, but we can go over it again. You don't have to pay money for the starship upgrades, actually.
We did have to be somewhere.
Yes, you have to
like,
be somewhere that can
young.
be able to do it. Yeah.
Well,
Okay. The
well,
attack still hits. You take
I
23
Yeah,
points of
anyway.
damage for probably the aft shields on
Yeah.
aft of the taco truck
So
are
15 of that is absorbed by shields.
okay. So then
And the rest would go to hull.
8 points of hull damage. Now, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hull is currently. I think I can edit this one. Nope. I can't edit any of these. You gotta do that all yourself. How's total 55 and current 65? And
I don't
damage
know.
0. So broken.
Because I tried to make it work and I got it as close as I could.
Okay.
Because we're bouncing around. I'm trying to keep you guys out of this. Okay, so it's because if you turned on everything on the ship at once, you would lose power to some things, but you don't use like your drift drive and the guns at the same time. So with your drift drive offline, everything works fine. If your drift
Nice.
drive comes on, you're not, trying to shoot things. Is the theory. Okay. Only if that attack deals damage to the ship's hull points, even if the result of the gear check is not 20. Okay, I don't think it's a critical hit or critical damage. And yeah, didn't roll a 20 on the die.
Oh my god!
Hmm?
Shit! I hope you
What?
survive this, because I figured out how to punch it.
We're gonna take damage, but
Yeah, you take the okay, so you take the rest of that 23 in so 15, 60. So you take 8 points of hull damage,
yes.
but you're not glitched, and you are still upright. We're back to the start again.
Okay. I keep also finding references that make it sound like you can't just instantly change your speed, that like it goes up and down by increments. But
Huh.
I don't think we actually have been doing that, so that's
Yeah.
probably fine.
Because it wasn't complicated enough yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me 26. Give me a piloting check.
Give me
I wonder what I have
26.
to beat.
Yeah, you got to be 26. I'll tell you, it's fine. Okay, you're fine.
Oh, jeez.
Lightning zaps around the ship, but you managed to avoid it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Apparently, that was supposed to happen if you
Frickin'
started your
nebula.
turn in the nebula. All right. What are you doing?
I'm going to full power as a pilot action. If I have at least 6 ranks in piloting, which I finally do,
Uh-huh.
you can spend 1 resolve point, which I'm pretty sure I have those.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we rested.
Yeah. I don't know what I pressed to use it, but I got some of those.
I'm willing to let you
You
do
just
whatever you need
type
to at this point to get out of this situation. So go for it, buddy.
You can spend 1 resolve point to move your starship up to 1.5 times its speed. I can make turns during this movement, don't care to, but you add, well actually maybe turning away from, we're basically on a straight line. But add 2 to your starship's distance between runs, which were already at max speed, so I assume that does nothing. But 1.5, up to 1.5 the speed.
So you get 15 movement instead of 10.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I have to.
Oh,
I
piloting
have to
rules.
spend a resolve point.
Yeah, just type it over. Like go to your sheet,
Yeah.
where it says current,
Oh, this.
and just make it 4. I know, because I use those a lot to
Done.
keep Hardy Cane alive.
Let's. You still have to use a
Very
piloting
good.
roll to see who goes first.
Oh shoot! Yeah. No, we just did that. I thought. Oh, that's the.
No,
pilot
we're-
for the-
That
We're
was
back
the
again.
Lightning. Yeah.
That was you did piloting for lightning. I was being nice and giving you
Oh,
separate.
33.
They beat you. You go first.
Cool. Even better. I punch it.
All right.
Full power. I move 15 off. We're already 11 difference. So.
All right.
that's
Now look.
many difference.
This is what I'm going to say about this. we all hate how this current system is, and it's either because I, as much as I've tried to read it, I just don't fully understand it, and I'm doing my best. But
Same.
that being said, I am 100% positive that you just can't like run off the map and end combat. I'm 100% positive that that's the thing. Like I should just be scrolling the map or randomizing it in some way, shape, or form, because like you can punch it, so can they. It's not like, you know what I mean. Like they could technically track and follow you for as long as they cared to. I want to point that out.
Spinning up to jump.
And again,
Not jump away.
Again, the way that worked for you last time is it just so happened that the last ship that you tried to jump away from didn't have a drift drive. These guys do.
So you can like see where people go.
Right. It's not like a blink drive where it's just like and you're gone. Like you spool it up and book it, but they can just be like, "Oh yeah, there's their energy signature," and follow along. As far as I understand it, how I was led to believe anyway. However, that being said, because this is so much of a fuck thing, and until we get a better understanding of it, I'm gonna let this go. I'm not gonna give you as much experience, but that doesn't even really fucking matter because we haven't been doing that anyway. So there's that. Evan, the average Joe, says to tell you that you're cute. I don't know how much they've been drinking. Apparently, it's been a lot, but there you go. I've said it. So
He's just trying to butter me up.
well,
Is it
butter.
No,
You-
I'm not that.
So
Wait,
with
wait,
Yes.
what is this?
I'm trying to
Was it
stop
naval
this,
combat
but if
instead
you
of-
wanna,
maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Oh.
oh Jesus, look, we're just gonna. Who said naval combat?
A page I'm looking at.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
Trying to find.
He's lost.
the-
Look, you're at the edge of the map. At this point, I'm gonna end encounters when you get to the edge of the map until a better system has been devised for Fantasy Grounds, where I go buy the fucking things that I need to be able to properly track this. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do because Fantasy Grounds. So,
And yet, here we are.
and yet here we are. So with that being said, I will say that you guys also, due to just these guys' motivation, so to speak, in dealing with you guys, they're not going to give up that much of a chase anyway. It was one of those things where like you guys were in the area, so let's fucking do it. But at the same time, it's like I'm not going to chase these guys halfway across the galaxy. I got shit to do. So you guys book it. Congratulations, that combat's over. For fuck's sake.
God.
And I want to point out that I think I'm looking on a web page, so I assume it's in the rules, but it does say it starship combat encounter occurs over a number of rounds until one side flees, surrenders, or is otherwise defeated. So theoretically, fleeing is possible.
Yeah, I just don't know like what you know what I mean, like how long
no,
does it
totally.
take to flee?
Yeah, it doesn't,
So
like so many things, it doesn't offer any sort of follow-up
What
for that.
is free?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyway, yeah. Totally.
problems that you run into when your system's only 2 years old, you know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I want things to work well for them, but at the same time, shit happens when you party naked. Okay, hang on.
A little DIY.
So with that, you guys do manage to. There we
And I
go.
promise we'll blow them up next time.
Okay, I'm not even gonna make you do that.
Sweet.
Okay, so with that, you guys managed to escape the Aslanti Star Empire scout ship. They are, cursing in the distance over comms that you probably can't hear anymore. But you guys are successfully away. With that, does anybody have any more crafting, repairing? I assume that you're going to take some time to repair and make sure your shields come back online. I don't think you can actually
Yeah.
repair the whole.
Yeah, Mr. Reparo.
Yeah,
So-
can I?
There is. I can't find.
Shields regenerate shield points at a
that
set
one.
rate.
Yes,
Uh,
that's the one.
depending on the type of shield. See page 302.
Of course. Scroll.
I mean, one would assume that there's plenty of time for those shields to recharge.
They're probably basic shields. Like, how do we even know?
It says in your
Should say
inventory of the
there.
ship.
Yeah, shields. It just says shields.
Yeah, but it's
Basic. Subtype basic.
fucking basic.
Regen 2 per minute.
Okay, so yeah, you have enough time that those will recharge.
And presumably I'm like helping speed it along.
You can double this recharge rate for 10 minutes by taking 1 minute succeeding an engineering check.
Let's try it.
Wait, are we trying to repair the hull damage?
Shields.
Oh, shields. Okay, yeah. Because hulls.
Hull's another problem.
Yeah, I'm reading through that now.
You must first
And
stop the starship completely,
I did
usually in
not
a safe
succeed.
location.
I did not speed it up.
Yeah, like to repair the damage, you got to fucking spacewalk. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shields are gonna do their thing. What's the hull? How do we fix the hull?
So you.
Oh
have
no, that's
to-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Repairing the
know,
hull is a
but-
spacewalk.
I know it's a spacewalk, but there's no spacewalk roll. So what are we
You have
actually
to
doing?
first stop the starship completely, usually at a safe location, like a space station dock, non-hostile, etc. Probably not the middle of space.
Maybe.
And
Tim-
the repairing character or characters must have access to the outside of the hull, the spacewalk, like he's saying. On Pack Worlds, you can pay someone.
Send Bob and Clank out there with the duct tape.
Maybe not.
It costs 10
UPBs.
UPBs per
Aha.
point of damage, and you have to succeed at an engineering check of DC 15 plus 2 times the ship's tier.
Jeez.
Can
So-
cut either time or money in half. So apparently, it
If you do it,
automatically
it's just time.
happens, but it's how fast you can do it.
I also have a mechanic trick called Quick Repair. It says when you attempt to repair an item, you can do so at half the normal time. I don't know if that counts to starships as well.
Right.
We will look that up later, unless you guys are really stopping this ship in the middle of fucking space to do some
No.
probably
hull
not.
work. Okay,
If we'll
good.
just hope the shields hold.
The point is, I'm probably good at repairing.
Moving right along then. So, guys, long story short, you guys make it out of there. All right.
We're alive.
Hallelujah. Okay. With nothing else really except for assessing the damage and making sure that everything is back to fully operational that can be, and informing Bob and Clank that they're going to have to do some hull work upon landing. The rest of your trip to Niger is relatively uneventful. More drift stuff, more space junk, but you're okay.
More reading.
Can we just make Bob and Clank do the repairs while the ship's moving? I know they are like,
Trying to swing a hammer at Mock.
because they'll do it. You know they will.
The course that you plotted plops you out of the drift at roughly the 6th planet of the Najor system. It turns out it was a whole system.
Woo.
And you quickly can ascertain that it is a 9-planet system with a yellow dwarf sun. Upon
Cute.
looking at your computer systems and scanning the system further, the first 2 planets actually share a single orbit, though one is always on the opposite side of the sun from the other. Both are hot, rocky wastelands, according to scans. The 3rd, 6th, and 8th planets are gas giants. The 4th planet is dotted with petrified forests, and the 5th planet has a multitude of active volcanoes, constantly spewing ash and lava into the air.
Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently
Uh-oh.
I have to re-invite Vector. Also, I just want to say this book is outdated because if it hasn't cleared its orbit, then it's not a planet.
Oh.
No, they're like twin planets. They're doing this.
Nerd.
I'm trying to. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he came back online. I don't know if that actually.
Yeah, we're having weird connection issues. I don't
Is
know
it
what's
calling him? Because
Is it
like.
calling him?
Use internet.
happening? Nope, not
Okay,
yet.
that one
apparently.
didn't work then. There we go.
What a terrible night for a curse.
You guys are having weird, terrible Canadian internet problems. There we go.
It was my microphone. Windows decided it disconnected itself, and
Oh, nice.
every time that happens, I need to restart VCU. Anyway,
Okay, you are 3rd, 4th, fifth, sixth, and seventh planets are the only ones with moons, which have varied compositions.
Cool. Can we do like?
Can I get a
Like scan?
Yeah, give me a computers check. Engineering.
Hey, pilot, you want to help me out there?
I'd love to help. I
Give me an
help out.
assist.
Done.
Did you? Yeah, you did.
I don't think I can not help out.
It's true. So what? 28.
All right. 1d8. There we go. All right. Upon completing your search, it is apparent that the only planet that shows any kind of sign of life is Najor 6. It just so happens that's also the one that you're closest to. Lucky you guys.
How convenient.
Yay!
It will take you 6 hours to land to reach the planet and enter orbit. And you can make a computers check to scan the planet after that 6 hours has passed. So we have to actually wait 6 hours. We're going to come back tomorrow.
Yep.
So,
Real time roll play.
Yep.
yeah. So go ahead and give me a computers check.
Whoops.
I mean, I'm assuming you want to scan the planet
do.
for,
Do I
you
help
know,
you again?
Oh,
life.
probably.
Yeah,
Probably
you're
should
okay.
have.
You're okay.
Don't think.
You're all right. You're good.
I'm alright.
So scanning the planet, you can pinpoint signs of life on a floating city in the stratosphere. It sits
Cute.
just above the churning clouds of the planet.
Which one did
City
you say? Third one?
that you are on 6, or you're headed
Six.
towards 6. Yeah, Najor 6. The city is crumbling in certain areas, while other areas are overgrown with trees and other plant life. Energy signature. Roll that help. I changed my mind. Roll it.
Okay.
That's my fault because I told you not to.
Yeah, I blame it on you.
What did you have to hit for the help? Is it?
10, I think.
No, it's something else. But I think you're good. 18. I think you're good. You notice that the energy signatures that would normally come from a settlement of this size, meaning energy from a power plant or Wi-Fi signals, or just fucking signs of life in general, are very weak and erratic.
How interesting.
You can see from your scans that there's only one safe place that seems that you could bring down your ship, and it is an emerald green looking landing pad on the outskirts of the city. All other possible landing areas for this city are either unstable or covered in impenetrable plant overgrowth.
This place is looking a little haunted. Let's check
Yes.
it out.
Mildly haunted. You are correct. It will take you really. I don't know why I have to do. No, I need. Where's the fancy dice? Custom dice.
Type more
There it is.
furiously.
It takes you, due to Vector's immensely powerful piloting skills, it only takes you
Rapid
about
typing.
an
Yeah.
hour. Yeah, that was him piloting. You didn't hear all that? It takes you an hour to get to set the ship down on the landing pad's surface.
All right. That's quite the landing.
Yeah.
Coming quick. Trying to set this bitch down and get it fixed.
Yeah,
The
no problem, click.
the landing pad is in the southwest corner of the city. There are others there, but it's the only one that's still in good enough repair to try to land. The majority of the landing pad is open to the sky, with thick clouds swirling below you. There's an archway that stretches above about 10 foot wide and a walkway that joins up with walkways from the other landing pads leading to a building in the distance. So
So,
that's what you see. You have officially landed. We are at an hour 40. So if we want to stop, now might be a good time to, or not stop it, take a break. Now might be a time to break for
Make dinner.
dinners and bathrooms and drinks and whatnot. So we will pause
Joke's on you guys. I've been stuffing my face.
It's
full of
this
pizza
whole
for like this
time.
whole time.
Like,
Lucky
I'm the
you.
axe swinger, man. I ain't got shit to do.
It's exactly what happened. Look, man, I got this large pizza next to me. Fuck it.
So we will
Nice, man.
we'll take 5 there. If the Canadians want to go grab their dinner,
Yeah.
and we'll take a break for everybody else. This is a great time to mention that you can subscribe to this channel with Twitch Prime. If you link
Did you
your
know?
Twitch Prime account,
Subscribe,
Twitch account to your
Twitch
Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free subscription a month, and we'd appreciate it because it pays for Fantasy Grounds. Hopefully, one day.
I'll have you know,
As
I
soon
did
as-
the whole fucking Twitch Prime spiel at work to somebody. A couple days ago. They're like, "What is Twitch?" I'm like, "Did you know that you can subscribe to your favorite Twitch streamer on Twitch?"
I think there's even supposed to be a button somewhere on this page on the stream that allows you to do it even more easily.
Oh my
More easily? Easilier? Fuck it.
It's such a fucking meme at this point.
But yeah, it really is. But you know, it does help, and it makes it so I don't have to beg for donations to keep things running. So
I mean, it is kind of begging for donation.
it is at a point, but it feels better asking them to subscribe because, like, that's I don't know. It feels a little better than please give me money. You should subscribe if you like the content. I don't know. It sounds better in my head. Let me have this thing. So with that, we're going to take a break. So we'll go to the BRB screen. I'll be looking at chat if anybody has questions, and we'll be back shortly. everything back online here. So,
Yip, 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 yip.
you guys have successfully landed the taco truck on the landing pad in Najir 6. What are we doing?
Check for like atmosphere.
Definitely atmosphere.
Whatnot?
Definitely,
Good first
definitely
step.
breathable. Definitely good there.
Any like radio signals? Signs of life?
You're not catching any radio signals. Referring to your scan that you made earlier, things aren't quite matching up based off of size of city versus energy signatures. So something appears to be a little off in that aspect of it. But
Pinky.
also, a lot of the city seemed crumbled and part of overgrowth. So, I
Mhm.
mean, maybe it's not as great as it,
Any, like,
it might have been.
Bodies strewn around.
Well, you're still inside the ship, so
Mhm.
and upon inspection of the ship, like you only have a couple windows out the front, and you don't see
Mhm.
anything out the front. So,
We better go have a look. Also, gear up to fix the hull, I guess.
There's no bodies in our ship. That's a good sign.
nobody's in the ship.
That's a good first step. Yeah, let's go out.
All right.
Out we go.
I'm gonna step outside and take a look around then.
Mhm.
So perception checks.
Hurricane, you go first.
Yeah, Hurricane always goes first.
Perception.
Hurricane roll deep. 24, 19, 19.
All right, good luck, boys. I'm gonna go blow my nose.
Amma,
Mhm.
as you're poking your nose around outside, you do notice that there are a few scorch marks on the polymer of the landing pad.
That
With
we didn't make.
right, that are not in a pattern from what your ship would have made upon landing. And between you and Vector, you would be able to discern that they are obviously from some sort of vessel taking off or landing rather recently, probably less than a few days old.
Fresh. And lean
Vector,
down and lick it and go, fresh.
Vector, you would probably know based off of how well you know ships and the whatnot that
Pretty good at that.
the marks are in line with like the unsafe quality that the Corpse Fleet uses on their thrusters and engines. So it's safe to assume, in your mind at least, that this is probably it's probably a Corpse Fleet ship that was here.
I relay that. Corpse
These
space.
tread patterns match the
Yeah, a little more simply.
CSI moment.
You do notice that the landing pad itself is actually more of a translucent. If it weren't for the fact that it's the bottom, something on the bottom of the landing pad is actually giving it this green color. As you look around a little more, you can see that there's some sort of like kind of growth of some type of plant life that is kind of attached itself to the bottom of the polymer, and nothing like sentient or anything like that. Just it just looks like that's just where the green is coming from and why I described it as polymer earlier. It's not a green polymer; it's more translucent. But the green on the underside is what gave it that color.
It doesn't need to be sentient to kill us.
It's true.
This is true. It doesn't.
Didn't say not toxic.
So with that, we'll give you your landing pad because shortly
Ooh.
after discerning where you are and the fact that the Corpse Fleet was probably here shortly before you, there is like a faint sound of kind of, it's hard to like without being able to see it, you're not really sure what the noise
Faint sound of being murdered.
is coming from. So
Just so you know, I'm still on the ship.
Get out here.
okay. So there's
Is there like a directionality to the sound?
yeah, to the south a little bit here we can get some okay.
Whoops.
Hurricane, Vector, Amma, and Danny, who's still in the ship. So it does appear to be coming from the southern side of the platform there, and a few seconds later, all doubt is removed as to what it was, as four of hang on, I can share that too. These looking guys
Oh man. Now Kish.
crawl up from underneath the platform, appear to be and unhook what appear to be quickly unhook what appear to be some type of climbing gear that they had on, and are immediately hollering. What languages does everyone speak here?
I forget. Let me look.
I think I got you soaking.
I can tell you what languages I don't speak. Whatever it is that they're talking.
I got Castrovilian, Common, Drow, Elven, Goblin, and Yusoki.
Got it. No winner there. Anybody else with something fancy?
What else you got?
I speak
Just
common.
Common and Kaskin or Kaskin.
Aklo, Common, and Yosaki.
Got it. So all you hear is Rostok Goblin, some random
Uh-oh,
bullshit
hold on.
gibberish. Yeah. Let's try not to sound like I wanted to get sued for that. I'll figure out. It doesn't give me what they should say, but you don't understand whatever the fuck is coming out of their mouths. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Well,
Now I gotta murder them.
It's a good thing I'm selling the guns.
I know we've had this talk before, but trying to use spaceship weapons to hit small, not spaceship-sized targets is problematic. But I mean, by all means,
i.e. doesn't work.
shoot away.
I mean, we do have a flat cannon, though.
That-
we're also out here.
I feel like you could
Do you
provide
know
really
how a
good
flat
covering
cannon
fire.
works?
Yeah, it's a scatter gun.
Yeah. Do you see
we're
where
also-
they are and where we are?
No, like a covering fire. If you fired at like all the ones that are on the right there. Just
Imagine
like,
a shotgun the size of a spaceship that shoots in a 45-degree arc with pellets. Is what a
Yeah.
flat cannon
It's
is.
going to hurt him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless
it's gonna kill us. That's what I'm
unless it's
saying.
Shooting from the back.
We'll have to go to the
we're
other
good.
side of the ship.
Yeah.
Flak thrower shoots out the aft arc of the ship. Just so we're clear.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, we can move first, and then it's a good idea.
So we are kicking off. Vector, you are first up, sir, with some.
But what if I got in the ship and rammed it into them? I'm going to use my move action to focus on this one with my super AR ability. I'm going to double check to make sure that I have that added there. I do. And I'm going to blast them.
Nice.
And I'm going to melt them.
Nice.
No, just wounded.
I mean, proper partially melted.
Guys, they're not level 1.
Danny, you're up.
Alright, I guess I come on out here. Wait. Yeah, okay. That's good enough distance. No.
Okay, I'm glad we got through the whole song. Hardican, you're up.
I would
You're
say-
using the gun that has 4-round capacity now, right, Gooey?
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, EAC. Okay, I see the difference.
Yeet.
Where's the thingy? There's the thingy.
Who's that guy? He's that one.
All right. I can only make a single swing because I moved,
Oh,
and
man.
I don't like their gibberish. They're yelling at me, so I'm just gonna swing for the fences.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll do, donkey.
Much.
Bonk.
Boom. Ow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a real thing that just happened. All right. What do we got here distance wise? 50. Oh wow. Okay. Joe, the one to the far right, all the way by the nose of the ship, is going to take aim at you, sir.
Yay!
His bow.
Let's see if this actually works correctly.
Well, I mean, he rolled a 17, he misses.
Well,
So.
maybe next time.
The number 2, who's standing right in front of you, is going to try and return favors. Natural 20.
Oof.
And
roll
a
a 2. Roll a 2.
what's your? You're not over a 33 AC, right?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. Because for it to be a critical in this, it has to 20 automatically hits critical damages when you also would have hit naturally.
Yeah.
So here's the roll for that.
Okay, so they got
20. Nice. Not terrible.
Did that? It didn't reduce any of that though.
Should it have?
I have enhanced resistance.
Okay, what does that give you?
It gives me a damage reduction equal to my base attack bonus.
Is
you
that
also get
is
you
that
also get that force field up?
Oh yeah. Oh.
I don't
Is
have a
it-
force field.
Oh, that's right. You got the jump jets instead of the force field.
Yeah.
is there anything that excludes
Nope.
damage type wise? Okay.
It just says if I choose kinetic, which I did, it
Uh-huh.
gives me a damage reduction equal to my base attack bonus, which is a 7. If I choose acid, cold, electricity, fire, or sonic, I gain energy resistance against that type of energy equal to your base attack bonus.
Okay, that was an axe. Melee. No, that's melee. That's the what damage type. Two-handed one. Okay. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna really matter in the long run here. But so I need to up your hit points. Or you can change your
Yeah.
SP, right? So just go ahead and add 5. The only reason why I was curious is because this is the first time you guys have come across archaic weapons, and you do notice, so especially being up close and personal with these guys, Hardicane, that like he's got a bow slung across his back and this axe, and it is very like rudimentarily made. Anyway, it's old looking. It doesn't appear to have any kind of power enhancements. It looks to be handmade from what was around. So that's a thing.
It's very sharp.
It's sharp. So yes, okay, we're good with
Good work.
him.
Oh my.
So I just didn't know if the enhanced resistance would work on archaic weapons. Was all I was worried about.
It
Which-
should.
Yeah, it
It's
should.
just
I,
whenever, if you roll damage on me, you just have to either do the -7 or I'll do it. Doesn't matter.
yeah. Okay. This guy is going to move. Why would it not have? There it is, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There.
Whoa. Rude.
And he is also going to swing. He is going to get his, I think it's +2 for flanking, if I remember right. He is also going to swing 34 to hit. Should be good. And then damage 17. Damage. I rolled the wrong fucking damage dice for that guy's critical, so congratulations on that, by the way. I definitely grabbed the bow damage instead of the axe damage. It's alright.
Baker, in your favor.
So
Yeah.
you did what, 17?
Yeah, that was 7. Oh, sorry, yeah, 17. Yeah,
You did not.
I did not. But yes, okay, you're targeted now 17 points.
All right, so 10.
It blocks 7? 7?
Yeah. There's a reason why I took that.
Apparently. This guy.
Shit.
Let's see what that looks like. I'm 70. So he's gonna come down here. I'm assuming the wing kind of gets in the way of hitting Ama and Vector for this guy. So he's going to swing down a little bit
As well.
so that he can shoot Danny. And he is going to fires the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
19. Wow, these guys are rolling good.
Yikes.
Oh no.
And does 12 points of damage. So you're standing there and you fire your rifle at the one guy, and I think you missed. But then all of a sudden, incoming, there's just this fucking stone arrow. Well, it's probably got a metal tip on it, to be fair. Comes flying in and just grabs you right in the shoulder. And Ama, you're up.
Well.
Ama, what's with that fucking initiative roll, eh?
Where I like to be.
Damn sevens.
We're all in a lovely little line here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Attacks on
Reach out.
attacks.
reach out and touch Kish.
So you get a +2 on that. So long as I remember remembering that right.
Nice.
I don't think it's
know
any
how
more
that
than
works on
+2.
these. So, does that affect
Oh,
him
I thought
doing a saving throw?
no.
No. Don't
He'd
think
save.
so.
It's an attack. It's a +2 bonus for flanking again with melee
Yeah.
attacks. Yeah.
But it's
Sorry, I didn't know what
weird
you were
when
doing.
when it's he rolls.
Yeah, he rolled and saved.
Yeah. But I don't think like flanking doesn't affect
No,
that.
it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know if this has anything on if he saved. Let me see here.
Bestow curse.
I'm pretty sure he just
I'm pretty sure he's
managed not to be good.
just okay, right?
Which is kind of boring. Yeah. Doesn't say anything on the will save.
All right. If it doesn't say anything, then he's good.
Yep, I think he's good, but
Oh.
I sure am gonna help Hardy Kane.
True.
I'm
You
getting
will
there.
you will get points for just being there. Vector, you're up, sir.
All right.
Can't get my fucking
Finish.
line of sight again.
this.
Yeah, well, he went there.
Star popped.
Sorry.
Just number 2.
Oh, I still have a move. I'm going to back up behind the ship.
I'm going to run away.
All
Just
right.
Move a little bit, so I'm even more out of range for various folk.
All right. Then we'll go to Danny. You're up.
Well, let me move out of Alma's way, sir. Excuse me, pardon me.
Thanks.
You can try to shoot him in the fucking face.
Whoop.
That'll hit. Obviously.
I'm gonna fucking shoot him in the face.
It's working.
There you go. Damage applied. Hurricane, go ahead and clean up, buddy.
Take care of business.
Stretch those
Offering
muscles.
time. Yeet.
Oh, 1 miss, 1 hit.
Yeet.
And don't forget the
That'll dead him.
bonus from me being here.
Well, I was
Ooh.
targeting one that I didn't have the bonus on.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Thinning the crowd, if you will.
So he is dead. That was Kish 2, right?
It was.
All right. Is that it for you?
Yep.
All
Apparently
right.
groceries are coming like half an hour early, so that's happening.
Yeah.
I'll need to step away when they arrive.
Kish number 1 is going to continue to shoot at you. After watching you just fucking slice his friend in half, he is going to hit you from. He is going to choose to attack from a distance.
A wise choice.
Pretty smart.
I don't know if he gets a flanking bonus on that, but he only got an 18 anyway, so it's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's in the thick of it. Oh, crap. There we go. He is. Other. Okay. This guy's first gonna attack Ama because she looks more squishy. And that is a hit.
So how does my electrical armor work?
Does it require you turning it on, or is it always on?
I assumed it's always on.
I don't know.
Yep, doesn't say it has to be turned down.
Okay.
1d6 then. And you if it's an electrical attack, you
I don't
-5.
think
It's
these
not an electrical
guys
attack.
with bows are doing electrical attacks.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's just 1d6.
1d6, so he takes 3
You're rolling
points of
it.
damage. Yeah, I got you.
Nice.
5, so put some there. And then he rolls damage on you.
Yeah.
Is going to be. Oh, terrible. Okay, now. After swinging his axe fully into you, and he's going to take that foot and do that little push off thing and go right over his head and try and hit Hurricane on the backside.
Fancy.
Is there a penalty when you use cleave, Jodo?
The targets have to be adjacent
Adjacent to each other or adjacent to you?
to each other.
Oh, maybe I
Oh,
can't
really?
do this.
Yeah.
I figured
So
that's...
I would have to be next to Amma. That's why I haven't been using it as much.
I
Ah.
see.
It does say 2 adjacent foes. Oh,
I
because it's a
assumed adjacent
single...
to you.
Yeah, right? You can make a single melee attack against a foe with reach. If you hit, you deal damage normally. You can make an additional melee attack using your full base attack bonus against a foe that is adjacent to the first... Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least he did some damage before he dies. All right. Next guy's turn. Kish number 4 is going to continue to shoot at Danny from the distance.
No.
And that is a miss.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounded like. in
And
the
that's
distance.
Amma. Yeah. That time you just heard. Amma, you're up.
This guy's right in front of me, and
Mhm.
spells aren't doing so good, so I'm gonna swing my sword.
Swing that sword.
I'm gonna swing that sword.
Come to party.
Yeah,
23 will hit.
swinging that sword.
He is heavily beaten but still standing. Vector, you're up.
Still standing, you say?
Slice
He
it.
is.
Ring focus, AR, beam, ignite!
All right, that'll
And
hit.
then there's a magical girl transformation.
Damn it.
And he is holding out. He is doing everything he can to hang on to life.
I am Sailor Plasma. In the name of Plasma, I will melt you.
Plasma you.
Danny, you're up. 22 will hit.
No song.
And that is a deaded.
Yay.
Now my
Silence.
ear itches like a motherfucker.
Silence is the best song.
Number 3.
Talk with my people.
Is my old friend.
All right.
And I will take my movement to reload.
Hell yeah.
Hurricane, you're up.
I'm free, bitch. Ah.
These guys
Well.
have some regrets by now.
Oh yeah. I don't like it when people attack my healer. Yeet.
What was that sound?
Meat.
Yay!
Yay.
Thump. All right.
Thump eye.
Thump.
Number 1 is going to shoot at you again with his bow and miss. 4 is going to try and hit you in the face. 'Cause you hit him in the face, and you know. Oh God, no! Not roll the 1. It's bad.
Woof.
Amma, you're up.
All right. Who's left here? 2 of them. How far apart are they? Draw a line.
How far apart are who? The 2 guys?
Eh.
5, 10, 15, 20. They're 20 feet
20.
apart probably.
Delete the line. How do I delete the line?
I got you.
That line's just there forever. How far is dude? Oops. I'm in a weird mode. Oh no. There we go. 50 feet.
Oh, 50 feet will definitely catch them both.
I am going to hurl a force disc.
Force disc.
Yes.
Hey, you hit with it finally.
I finally hit with it.
Oh.
She finally did
So-
a thing.
All right, 2d4
First
damage.
guy.
Jesus.
This. And then since I've never landed it before, I have to read how it affects the other guy. I'm pretty sure the other guy was too far from him for it to bounce. Let me see here. 15 feet from the last target. He's like 5 feet too far.
Hmm.
Rude. But a force disc comes like 5 feet in front of him, and it's
Shoo!
terrifying.
Ah! All right, Vector, you're up.
Oh man, I guess I should go around the other way of the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. I should have been paying attention to this. So I can move to like here in my movement. Maybe I should move down instead, because then I could shoot the other guy.
Gotta get up to get down.
Do
Jump
this,
around.
and that's still within range. I have to modify it so I don't get my +2 bonus because I didn't use my AR systems, but I can still fire. Wow, not
I
very
mean,
well. That's what I get for not using AR.
all right. Danny, you're up.
Oh god, excuse me.
I will not.
I shan't.
You're gonna be at from where you are. You're gonna be at a minus something to hit either one of those guys. Just so you know.
Huh? Why?
Well, you're either because you're gonna try and squeeze a bullet between Vector and the plane,
It's a very big ship. Its wings gonna be
and it's why I gave you cover when why the guys didn't shoot at you from that side.
Ways.
All right. Well, I guess I'll.
I mean, you can shoot. I'm just letting you know you'll be at like a -2 to do it.
Could still work.
-2. Why even?
I'll just move there.
See?
Because Alma keeps getting my fucking way.
I haven't moved, man.
Still on the way. So I already reloaded my whole time magazine for my last turn. Jodo's doing a wacky thingy on that guy, so I'll go ahead for this guy. Nope.
The miss.
Swing and a miss.
Hurricane. You're up,
Huh.
sir. Huh? What? Ah!
Where am I?
Sorry, I was looking at memes. Fuck, panic.
Panic punch. Just
Ooh.
punch.
Stop with the panic punching. That's not working out.
Panic, swing and a miss. Well, then I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Number
Get a
Your
one
finish.
memes on them.
Should have used memes.
is going to. Damn it! I just looked that up, but I'm pretty sure I'm good. Let me double check. Range. Oh yeah. Stupid good. He is going to try and return the favor to Danny. Tactical bow. The 13. That's 22 to hit. Will hit. And then damage. Danny is doing a great job of catching arrows. Unfortunately, not with his hands.
Dark, no,
it will
a
be.
little like a pinkish.
There is, however, a feat for that later. I've looked it up.
Yeah, monks could. That's a D&D thing where monks can just grab projectiles thrown at them.
There's a feat where I can get it where I can just snatch them out of the air.
Oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta put that force field on this
Kish
suit of armor I got.
number 4 is going to swing at Hardicane. For the love of all things holy. Hey, look at that! He hits. So close to a critical, and gets 17 points of damage. So 10 points, right? So
Yep.
go ahead and correct your score accordingly. And then Amma, you're up again.
Hey. Why aren't they dead yet, boys?
I got a lot of health.
And you have rather a lot of health, yes.
Yeah.
It's like the enemies are scaling as you guys scale. That's weird how that works, right?
Yeah, real weird.
Weird. Terrible.
And so many streams are just sellouts these days. I mean, oh wait, hang on, sorry. So many streams are just sellouts these days, and I don't really know. What to
You wish you wish you were sponsored by them.
Fuck yeah! Solve my alcoholism
Go
problem.
here instead.
That problem being having to pay for it. I so badly wanted. They had these cufflinks that they had a picture on their Facebook page. I was like, "How do I get these?" And they're like, "No, we actually don't sell these." I was like, "Oh, son of a." Okay. Anyway,
This is not me doing things. This is me ticking things off because it didn't tick them off in the last rounds.
okay.
I always forget that it doesn't do that. Alright. Let's grab this here. Range. Does this not have a range? What the? There it is. Let's shoot. Is there like, is it a quick action to get a gun out? Like, how does that work?
Oh. Change grips, drop from move con. Draw or sheath
If
a
I did
weapon
a move-
is a move action,
Mm-hmm.
and you moved,
So,
right?
I'm pretty sure the last thing I used was my sword. So let's do
Yes.
more brain things.
That's why I
Brain
throw the
thing.
sword.
Do, 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 do. Yes.
Hey, that's a fail. There you go.
Yes. Cow.
Oh Jesus,
Still
he's
not
still
dead.
alive.
And then I gotta take it off. That guy
That's
is
nutty.
still
That I
alive.
didn't can't. Well, you had a 1 in there, I guess. Maybe that's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
But it's still a good amount of damage. All right, Vector, you're up,
I
sir.
can kill you with my mind.
All right, I focus on this guy. Now we're gonna get somewhere.
Not with a 2, we're not.
No,
Oh
maybe
wait,
not.
hang on. Well,
yeah.
wait, you were actually targeting Hardicane.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
it says.
don't do that.
Shit.
Hang on.
Wait, what was my last attack? Did that hit? Hold on, I'm gonna take the laser off, then do this. Oh wait, the 2 would have. What was it verse? 16.
Hang on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Justin,
I still would have missed.
that's you.
I was 1 short. I got a 15.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
be right back.
Boots here.
All right. Well, it's good because Danny, you're up anyway. So.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
We shall.
Gonna try to gain a face, okay? No.
Oh, automatic miss. You just try that.
Ouch.
That arrow in the shoulder is just bugging you a little bit. It's messing with the aiming hand. It's messing with the steady hand. Grab a hold of my good arm. Hardicane, you're up.
My strong hand.
Gonna need a few more than that 1 here, boys.
Well, let me do the best that I can.
Neither one of those were a natural 1.
No, that's unfortunate for you.
Still standing? Not so much. You fucking swipe at him with the sword on the upswing and just fucking carve him open, and then as he's like stuttering back, you just take the back of the sword and go thump and crack him right in the head, and he just falls back and off the platform, like into the clouds below. There is never a sound of a thump. There is a sound of a scream that gets progressively quieter.
This is my landing pad.
He is gone, and Kish number 1 is just gonna probably
Spring can't run away yet.
yeah, you know, you would think, right? But I double checked. They're not that smart, apparently.
Good. Good.
Normally it tells me, like, if they take this big of a beating, they run like hell, but he doesn't get that. So he's just going to continue to shoot the target he's been shooting at. Because it's worked out so well until right there. Okay, that's his turn. I'd have him run away, but Hardicane will just catch him anyway, so we'll just leave him there for simplicity's sake. Amma, you're up.
I am. I just need 1 moment. I'll get to the killing of the dude. Alright, dude. Now I can use a gun. And it hits.
It hits. Roll damage. Solid 9 points of damage.
That's what I've got. I'm gonna trade out with Vector here so he can take his turn.
Vector, you're up.
He can't hear you.
Oh no.
Oh no, he went into the garage, probably to put something in the freezer.
Smart man he is.
But he will be right back while I put these bananas in a bowl. Mmm. Bonin. It's your turn, my good sir. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Just careful with that one.
Okay. There's one left. Go kill him.
I hear there's one left for me to murder. Oh shit. Can I shoot it from here at a penalty?
Oh yeah, the wing thing.
Yeah, you'd be at -2.
Alright, let's do that. And I reload and fire. Oh, there you go.
Did he died?
He did not die.
No. Wah, wah.
But you know, getting there.
Oh yeah, pork chops.
What race are these things?
Kish.
You guys don't officially know.
No. Can we
Officially
culture
know they're
check
not
their
the
bodies?
fucking
This JPEG is too low resolution for me to see what these are.
Oh,
Hang on. I'm yelling at old people on the internet. There we go.
not that guy again. Stop engaging.
No, because at this point I have the upper hand and I'm winning and it's fun. All right, Danny, you're up.
always had the upper hand.
It's true.
Oh.
That'll probably do it so long as you just don't roll absolute shit.
Well, I mean, I have a +10 guarantee, so.
Yeah, again.
Roll it.
So long.
Wait. I also want to do the. Oh, never mind. That's bleeding. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, again, so long as you didn't roll absolute shit because you got him by 2. So, yeah, but you did get him. With that, he probably goes about 6 to 10 feet in the opposite in the same direction that the bullet was traveling.
Nice.
Oh wait, I thought he was like almost already dead. Anyways.
No, he had hardly been. Amma shot him, but that was. Oh no, and Vector missed him. I think. I don't know. No, Vector hit him. But anyway.
Finish his job.
There we go. That is the last one of those. And after he falls down, it does
I'm already on the body.
appear to be silent. Of course you are.
Sprint over.
Don't let the loot drop the floor. Don't let the loot touch the ground.
Little dirty.
Let's see.
That's -5 credits each.
Encounter. Landing pad.
Skadoosh.
Other. There's normally a. Oh wait, hang on. Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Si, signore.
Hang on. Gory? Oh my goodness, so much further down than I thought it was. There it is. Found it. There you go.
Well, is it party sheet time?
Yep, it is party sheet time.
Woo!
Uh,
Oh, hey.
Handful of lichen.
Ooh.
Mm-mm-mm.
so you do find this handful of lichen?
Like,
Lichen? Sure.
Thanks,
That-
Mr. Dictionary.
That is this.
I said lichen first.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Looks
know.
like
Then I
need
looked at.
to identify some things.
Uh,
Life science, you say? Wow, I'm one off. Wow.
what are you trying to identify?
Your handful of lichen says DC 18 life science check to identify.
Oh, it does. And you rolled a 17, so you don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Well,
It's a
maybe we can
handful of
take
freaking
some-
lichen.
Maybe we can take some time.
If she would have taken some time and taken 10, it still would have been.
Still not
It would have
enough,
been
yeah.
16.
Oh,
By the
and I-
time I took 20, there'd be none left.
So yeah, it's this green, bright green clump of algae-looking fungus. But other than that, you don't know what it is.
Does anyone else have life science?
I have
Can
a
we try
plus
again?
2.
Or is
Uh,
there
Yeah,
no
mine's,
retry?
mine's on train too.
I mean,
I figured that was
sure, you can try.
Anybody want to help me figure out what this goo is?
Yeah. Can we just all help you?
Everyone just pokes.
One,
mean-
one can help.
Everyone can study it, sure. I guess I don't know why not.
Yeah.
What are we rolling? What?
Anybody know life science?
Wait, can you actually just take a 20?
No, I don't.
Can I take a 20?
Gonna say no because you're trying to identify like the
Yeah.
substance of. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
Vector,
I can
Oh,
just.
seen
Alright.
anything like this before? Like,
Everyone-
can you help?
Out of the way. I'm gonna.
No, I just imagine us all in a little circle just poking this green stuff.
I push everyone out of the way and I life science it.
you
Yeah,
do
you do.
life science it. You identify that it is
Database show.
Yeah, here you go.
it isn't poisonous. However,
I eat it.
no, that's why there's a
Well, yeah,
however.
doesn't affect you.
However,
It is indigestible to humans and most other humanoids.
Ooh, I'm not a human.
Or a human. Well, you're a humanoid.
I am a
just like
humanoid.
our
but-
humanoid.
But I'm pretty different. And for the record, if I had failed that, I could once a day re-roll a fail.
Okay, well, I'm glad we sorted that.
She
I
would.
really wanted to use that ability. That was the whole reason I was rolling. I thought for sure
Okay.
I'd fail.
But what does it do?
What?
So
Is that all we know about it?
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just it's a type of basically a food
It's
snack
energy
type
drinks,
substance, but it's
not for
indigestible
us.
to humans. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just put. I'm just going. Go
You
get
feed it to
a
the
jar
goblins
off
later.
the. No, I'm just gonna
Goblins
grab
are
it-
humanoid, I think.
I'm just gonna grab
I
a jar
take
and
off a
scoop it
little-
in there.
and eat.
That's fine. I mean, it's kind of like wrapped up in a little pouch anyway,
Can
because
I
it was like a
digest
snack.
it?
Well, I'm putting it in a little mason jar and putting it on the kitchen counter to make it fanciful.
Nice.
All right, that's the thing.
Now,
Modern decor, guys.
Can,
Okay.
can
this
I
here looks
digest
like
it?
some kind of scanner of some kind.
Yeah, that's all you.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Can I digest it?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Why?
Gross.
You're a humanoid creature and you have absolutely no reason to eat it.
Yeah,
But
what are you doing?
I guess
I'm a
since
robot, so I figure I'm different enough that I might be able to digest it and figure out its magical properties.
there's nothing about it having magical properties, man. I mean,
Yeah, alright.
from what you
Alright,
discern of
continue
it,
your-
it's
your looting.
it's just
Alright, this
fungus.
time I'm gonna help myself with the scanner because it is a magic item.
Okay,
This gives a plus 10 to my roll.
and the DC would be
Mysticism?
15 plus one
Magic
and a half.
item.
That's the item's level 3. 1.5. That is 1,
Wow.
3, 4,
26.
19. Got it. All right. Ta-da. Said ta-da. That should have worked, right?
You did, yeah.
Okay, good.
Cool.
So it's basically like it's like an automatic stabilizer thing.
It's like having a little med help.
Yeah, it's especially good for someone not trained in medicine.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking someone who dies a lot should just have this.
I mean, if you are
Well-
trained, you automatically succeed.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
this
true.
is definitely something for Amma.
I mean, it gets 50-50 because if you don't have, if you're not trained, you still get the bonus. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you can use it, and the DC for the first aid task of the medicine
But
skill
like,
is only
automatic
10.
succeed
If
sounds
you're
nice.
trained, you just get it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so this is pretty much in a sense a defib kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
So-
another thing.
Yeah, that's.
That's all right. So that is what you find treasure wise. You do notice that the bodies again, there's absolutely, aside from that, which actually isn't tech, it's more like magically imbued item, right?
Mhm.
So, but tech wise,
tech advanced.
nothing. It's like, you know, it's archaic armor and weaponry, and that one item. That's all that any of them really have on them. From the landing pad, you can see a building. It's basically like where all the paths converge and then lead up to one kind of vector. It would be like you would look at this and consider it to be kind of like the dock headquarters, or you know, the shipyard, you know, quartermaster building. It's where you would assume, like, if you were here on business, you know, you'd go in there and check in and everything like that. Though, because there's a sign with writing, you can't comprehend it.
Well, might be good to see if there's anyone in there who won't
Take a
kill
number.
us. Yeah, let's go take a number, guys.
So you head.
Lock the ship.
and
Dangerous neighborhood.
keep bombs clank safe.
um.
And sound.
Sure.
Oh, what? Hang on, I'm trying to find this in the thing. Trying to find the thing in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have a. Nope. Okay. So you make your way inside the building. The interior of the building looks as though it was gutted a long time ago. The walls are now covered with murals, worked in crude paint and what probably looks like charcoal. The images seem to depict the sun in various positions in relation to the landing pad. Each of these pictures is accompanied by a number of what appear to be tally marks. Culture checks. Would you like to know more? Culture check.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Look at all that culture I have. I'm gonna go back to my pizza.
Garbage today.
Is this a knowledge thing?
Culture.
Knowledge in reference to what?
Is it a knowledge?
It's a culture
check?
check.
It's culture.
Yeah, like I'm trying to know something. To recall knowledge, I guess that's not recall.
Yeah, this wouldn't be something necessarily that you'd be recalling. You're more like trying to figure out what the fuck. And none of you succeed in figuring out what the fuck. So
Sorry, what fucking story were we trying?
do what?
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
It's like if I knew this thing about culture and I was just trying to remember, I guess.
Then it's
Yeah, unlikely. I understand what you're saying. I just don't think
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't think it applies. Shortly after entering the building, you can hear what sounds like a fight happening outside.
like out where we came from, or a different door?
No, toward like where you're about to proceed to.
Okay.
Well, I'm
there-
excited.
There appears
Arcane,
to be
what
fighting,
do you do?
and not in like, you know, the laser guns type, but of like crashing sounds of weapon of steel on armor, and plinks of what after what you've just been through, you could assume to be arrows.
Oh, no, I'm really excited.
You need to work Hardicane up more. He's iced him.
You had
Anyone that wants to, there is a window from the inside the building that you guys could probably take a look through, if not just climb through. But anyone doing so can roll perception to see, to try and gather more information.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
why
want to look
not?
out this window. Bunch of little faces pop out this window at them. Peek.
Look at the scenery.
Check out this shit.
Danny,
Uh,
it's the combat for the rest of for the majority of the party. The combat seems kind of just chaotic and odd. You're able to kind of pick out that there are, though they're all kind of wearing like this archaic armor form. One side does appear to have this crude kind of symbol on their armor that is the outline of a shield-like shape with an upside-down teardrop breaking through the top of the shield, and a circle in the middle. And that is a distinctive mark between. That's the only really distinguishing feature between the two sides.
I've seen it before.
You can make a
And they're like the
mysticism.
same race.
You can make, yes, they all are Kish, and they all have the same archaic type weaponry and armor that was happening that happened to you guys before, that you saw before.
And you were saying make what, culture check?
Mysticism check.
Oh boy,
Anyone
here
or
we
just him?
go.
I mean, if he shares that knowledge with you
Yeah.
of what he saw, then yeah, anyone can make a mysticism check.
Yes.
Interesting
Fair
symbols.
That I see.
Not much better.
Whew.
Again, my rolls today.
I mean,
On-
rolled
on-
a 4.
On the money,
Yes.
you needed an 18.
Alright.
Danny takes a little bit of time to point out the difference in the symbol that he noticed. Amma and Vector, you both recognize it as the symbol of the deity Talavet, which is a lawful neutral deity, the goddess of community, self-reliance, and tradition.
And thievery.
No, thievery wasn't in there.
Oh, well, then he's not my god.
I didn't say he was.
Not my God.
The other group, the group that doesn't have these markings, are dressed in a more familiar fashion to the bodies that you guys left behind on the landing pad.
Did they not have any symbols?
They do not have any markings like the others.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's
Uh-oh.
the Crusades.
Oh, no one expects the Spanish
Hey, Madman, what's up,
Inquisition.
boss? So,
Genocide!
what do you guys want to do?
So sorry, who has which markings? Who were the guys we fought, and who were the guys?
So
in front of
you
us?
fought guys without the markings.
No markings.
There are no marking guys fighting marking guys in front of you.
Remember that time we picked a side when we first arrived at the station, and we totally picked the wrong one.
Remember that time when we landed on a landing pad and a bunch of guys with no markings decided to shoot bows at us? I didn't like it.
They did shoot
That's
first,
a good point.
didn't they?
They did shoot first.
Yeah, these guys definitely, like, as soon as they saw you, were like, fuck these guys, and then got fucked themselves. So,
So we're gonna go with the marked guys and not the rebels.
Hell yeah.
Right. So we're gonna
Got any
all right,
heretics?
go out there and smash the unmarked dudes. Got it.
okay, well, I mean, there's a little bit of distance. So what do you want? So, what do you guys? How do you want to intervene? Like you
Hello.
kind of have
Come
the
in peace.
you kind of have the drop on them right now, so they're not really paying attention to you.
I guess if Danny and Vector want to take out some
Is-
or take a shot at the unmarked guys, now
Is
would be
the
the time
symbol
to do it.
like? Is the symbol simplistic enough that we could like jury rig really bad ones and put them on ourselves?
Wait, what was that? One more time.
Could we take
This
like
guy
5 minutes arts and
Let's go,
crafts,
guys.
and make little badges? Not a disguise, but like we
No,
can't
that's
speak
a
their
disguise.
language. We can, yeah. Oh, like to make it happen,
The roll.
the role,
It's probably disguise.
like a non-verbal way to indicate that we're gonna help those guys.
I mean, okay. So Amma's gonna take 5 minutes to have arts and crafts time. What does everyone else want to do?
Oh, it sounds
Let's
like
start
fun.
shooting the unmarked ones.
Yeah, probably shooting is a good way to go.
Is there like a door where like these guys are gonna like maybe rush through where I can.
So
wreck
no,
them?
they're not like coming to you. Like what
From all the way.
your guys are in a building that's kind of like facing a street that's kind of running parallel, whatever,
Happening
perpendicular.
outside.
Yeah, and this fight is kind of happening out on this, playing out on the street in front of you. You've got your unmarked guys on the left, and your marked guys on the right, and you just see this
Everyone's
kind of
snapping their fingers.
yeah. And there's just bows and a couple of them are close enough that they're swinging swords and axes at each other. So it's whatever. And again, none of them really none of them have realized that you're there yet.
Yes.
Is there any particular unmarked one that looks like he's in command?
No, not off of your checks.
You and Vector just take a
Yep.
shot of opportunity and we'll fucking go out there.
Yep. Any unmarked ones that aren't really close to any religious folk?
All right. Roll. Both of you roll your attacks. Just roll your attack die.
24.
Well, I guess I probably have time to AR them. I have a move action.
Yeah, you'd have time to AR 'em, I'd assume. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so
Hello.
So you blow the head off of one guy.
Whoa.
I got a string
Yeah,
on
I
it.
melted his
Sure.
limb off.
So am I rolling damage as well?
Hang on.
That's
So
what I figured.
roll.
Guys, I hope
Yeah,
we picked the right side.
Too late.
there is.
Never do, so.
So as Amma kind of crouches down, like kind of looking out the window to take note of the symbol and is trying to like copy it down on some paper, you just hear this boom, boom, as this fucking plasma gun and sniper rifle go off.
Oh, shit.
Obviously headed in a general direction of toward the unmarked individuals. The plasma bolter just slags off one guy's entire arm. It just hits him and splatters, and the arm just kind of like you can see the plasma just eat its way through straight away. Arm flops as the burn kind of starts to spread, as he just fucking screams in a string of words that you could at this point probably only wish you could understand, just so you could take minor enjoyment out of it.
Did I do that?
Gooey, by some miracle of a chance, you happen to not target the exact same guy. So, but you do manage to shoot a guy straight, clean through the leg. The archaic armor not really providing any type of protection to it, and you can only assume that if he probably has like what is that? Is which one's up top? Is that the femur? I think
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, that would be it if it still existed, because it's probably been shattered into 1,000 pieces.
So I severed his one of his vital.
The
arteries.
two other the several others of the unmarked, we'll just call it tribe, for lack of a better word, immediately turn all their attention to the yelling and screaming that's just happened, and look in the general direction of just this rat man and an android that have poked their head out a window with these long ass weapons, and grab their buddies to the best of their ability and start hauling ass in the opposite direction of wherever the fuck you guys are.
Fuck this shit out.
Yes,
Nailed it.
100%.
Sorry, Hurricane. Marty's sad.
It's all right. If they come in the door, anyone comes in this door and they have an attitude, then it's Hardy time.
Man, that's when Hardy gets the party.
Yeah.
One of the three marked individuals is severely wounded. So his
I'm-
comrades gather around him shortly, and
Gonna come over with that little symbol I drew and like hold out like I'm here to help.
all right, give
They let
me
approach him.
a mysticism check.
Alright.
Hey, when she's doing that, I'm also going to be walking with her with my plasma rifle drawn.
Nice. Yeah, whatever I drew means nothing. They're looking at you.
So wait a minute. You have one person holding this thing like it's okay, and then you're gonna be right behind
He's
her
like
with
a
the
guard.
gun.
Like he's clearly
Yeah.
a guard situation.
Like there's a difference
non-threatening.
between like holding it and like you make it sound like you're drawn, like it's drawn and you're just ready to fucking go. So I just want to know what it is.
I'm holding it.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's a fucking sniper rifle. You're always holding.
No,
it.
plasma rifle. Plasma rifle.
Oh, your plasma rifle. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I got
but
the
you're just
sniper.
like
Casual.
casual, like you like
Yes.
it's at the ready, but it's not
Like
like.
you're
standing- like you'd be
Yeah.
pulling guard duty.
Okay, got
I'll
it.
go out with Amma too.
Got it.
My boy.
Just following along.
With that, Hurricane shows up with just absolutely nothing in his hands because he doesn't fucking need anything.
Which makes him even more frightened.
Yeah. Okay. So, and give me another Amma.
Uh-huh.
Since you succeeded that check, give me a sense motive check.
All right. Less good at that one.
Okay. There is, as you approach them, they are kind of gathered in near their friends, near the one guy who's injured, and you see them kind of with their kind of hands in the air doing a thing. Like it's definitely some sort of kind of prayer ritual, is what it looks like. It's a little off from what you know of the Talavet prayers and rituals to be, at least a little off from what you've seen in the Pack Worlds.
Okay.
But as you
But
approach,
recognizable
right,
in general.
as you approach with the symbol drawn on the hastily drawn on a piece of cloth or whatever, they do appear to back away a little bit. Like they're still a little cautious.
They're picking up
but-
what I'm putting down.
But you help them. You're approaching them in what seems to be a non-threatening manner for the most part, except for the four-armed guy and the guy with the rifle.
I am totally chill.
He's real happy.
So, with that, what do you want to do? Are you trying to
I
heal
wanna
this person?
Help. Yeah. I wanna
Okay.
heal the
What are you gonna use to heal them?
Well,
Use your
There's-
fancy new magic
there's
devicey thingy.
there's the thingy I just picked up, but also like I got my own cool things, and also where did it go in my inventory? There it is. But that's a stabilizer. So is the guy like dying? What's his situation?
Give me a medicine check.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
that looked like a 1 when it rolled.
Yeah,
but-
that really
like,
looked
huh?
like a one.
Yeah. So he does appear to be pretty.
Like, is he
It's
conscious? Is he?
barely. He's not in a state of like immediate, like he's not on death's door. But if something doesn't happen soon, he's gonna get there. That's about what you're judging his state to be.
Because I feel like I should just, if he's not dying, which would require stabilizing, then I would just heal him.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you heal him, it would heal the wound attached to the causing of the dying.
Okay, that's
Does
what
that
I'm
make
asking.
sense?
Is he
Yeah.
in the state of D&D called dying?
No,
Which requires the stabilize action.
no, he's not there yet. If you heal him, it would prevent him from traveling further down that chain, and
Okay.
he would be okay.
So it's a good thing to do. Let's pick one here. Do. Why can't I open this? What? Seriously, why can't I open
While you're kind of examining him and looking at it, one of the Kish that is there does actually bolt off. Again, the opposite way that the encounter kind of happened. So,
Gone off to tell someone something.
I mean, probably.
Speak with them.
Alright, let's do a good old Mystic Cure. I don't have like a Healer's Bond. I think if I cast Healer's Bond, like I can know his actual status, but it's allies. Like, is he an ally?
Yeah, I mean he's not hostile to you, so you could consider him an.
Damn
If-
well better be after this.
I mean, it's kind of one of those like, do you want to consider him an ally? Yeah, then it's okay.
Because like I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I have no idea how damaged he is. I usually have the combat tracker to know
Right.
what I'm working with.
I mean, like I said, he's he's
I'm just gonna
just-
cure him.
just throw a heal out
which
there.
I shouldn't have even bothered with that. I should have just ticked it. So I don't have him to select anywhere, so I'm just gonna
No, just roll. It's
roll
cool.
the thing.
I got it.
And I have to figure out because there's so many freaking buttons, which one is which. Bum, 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 bum.
Fucking Christ! I just wanted you to cast a heal spell. I didn't know it was gonna be a 15-minute endeavor.
Yeah,
Christ.
well,
There we go.
These freaking heals.
Look at all
Oh,
those
look at
ones.
Such ones. Beautiful.
Okay, so with that, you kind of kneel down above the guy who's beaten and bloodied up a little bit, armor cracked. Do your little clear, and and lay the heels on him. With
Lay
that,
it on me.
he's showing a little more signs of life. He's coughing a little bit, trying to move around. You can see some of the wounds that he has visibly close up a little. He's not out of the woods by any stretch, but he's probably gonna be all right at this point. Like he's definitely in the stable condition if he wasn't already, but he's just not. I mean, it's only 12 hit points. He's not in the best spot, right? So, but he'll probably be okay.
I mean, if we have time, I can just keep doing things.
I mean, it's up to you. I would say, however, give me a perception check. Anyone that wants to.
I guess I'm not paying great attention.
You got a 19. You beat Hardicane,
Seven.
who's your guard.
Got bored.
He's looking at me.
Fucking sky.
Hardicane, like, hard looking to the left to make sure none of the unmarked guys come back. But Amma and Vector, as you're kind of debating whether or not you need to continue providing aid to this individual, you do see several Kish running up from the same direction that the one ran off to. And with those Kish, they got some wood and fabric, and they kind of hastily make a stretcher, and kind of, they're not like shoving you out of the way, but you can definitely, I mean, you can figure out what's going on here. Like they're definitely trying to load this guy up and bring him back. So unless you're going to impede them from doing so, they will get him loaded up on the stretcher and start transporting him off. If you give me some diplomacy checks. Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Another 7.
Nope.
Beep boop, I'm a robot.
And then a culture.
I should have bluffed.
Culture and
Zigged when he should have zagged. Ooh,
Oh
no
my
culture
God.
here. Whoa.
What?
Wow, 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 wow.
how do you roll a 20?
Oh, never mind. You got it.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. It's just
Untrained.
Like, there's
rolls
these fighting
20.
people, so, like, Hurricane gets them.
I started paying attention. I'm sorry.
You know? He's like, I get these people.
Get it. Very, warrior esque.
Yeah.
I feel him.
Okay, hang on. I gotta look this. I gotta do something.
I like how the two people who have high culture bonuses both rolled a 1. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
My rolls have been quite cursed today.
Are they a spaceship?
They are not. Hardicane. I had to figure out how this was going to play out. 'Cause
Have I
it's
fucked everything
hilarious.
up?
No, actually,
How dare you know things?
everyone's trying to kind of explain what's going on. Everyone's talking back and forth, but nobody's fucking understanding anybody at this point. The Kish at first do seem to be still a little standoffish of the whole interaction. You, however, take some time and seeing as how you have all four of your arms, are using them to like pantomime some things about fighting and bad guys and and you guys, good guys, it's okay, and like symbol thing, and good job. And eventually it gets across that you're not trying to attacking them, and you mean no ill will towards them. So with that, they one of them who is just kind of watching you the whole time and trying to figure out is and after the few kind of start taking the guy away, just kind of looks back at you hard again, just like, okay, and then he turns and starts walking and kind of checking to see if you guys are gonna follow him or not.
Yeah, I'll start following him.
Hey,
Okay.
why not? Can't understand anything they're saying, but might as well follow them.
We saved that one dude's life, so that's got to be worth at least a free meal.
Oh,
You
nice.
you walk for roughly about probably 30 or so minutes from the spaceport to this large steel building that has again that same symbol kind of crudely drawn on the front of it. There is a sign on the building with the name on it, but it's pretty faded away. And again, even if it wasn't, what characters remain aren't characters that you're familiar with. As you approach, there are a handful of younger Kish in the space out front of the building, playing some game that involves a pair of like these vertical hoops on poles on opposite sides of a court, like a really fucked up version of basketball. There are dozens of other Kish that are kind of in and about the neighborhood, tending to gardens, repairing buildings, trying to maintain the weapons and armor. As you walk through, many of them stop and are visibly staring at you. Like none of you look normal, to be fair. Like one of you is an android, the rest of you all look crazy to them, and even the android, like that's fucked up too. They probably don't even recognize him as an android, just like a humanoid creature of some type. The interior of the building has been recently, looks like it's been recently kind of converted into like this small worship church of some type, and that symbol again has been kind of hastily drawn on a majority of the decorations in the decor of the building. So the one that you followed continues to bring you inside, and kind of there's one gentleman kind of standing in almost like the pulpit area, not necessarily like right directly at it, but he's just kind of up there working in that general vicinity, and the one guy just kind of motions up to the gentleman, who has this brown robe accented with a colorful scarf. I'm sorry, it's a woman. With a colorful scarf wrapped around her head. Yeah, I couldn't tell by the picture. And she starts talking to you guys as you approach.
Do we understand?
And waiting for a response. You have no clue. She's speaking the exact same language that you heard the others speaking. And she kind of goes like this, and she's speaking, and then she puts her hands down, and she's kind of doing one of these things, like and then
I got nothing.
Wait, hold on.
And
Oh,
Can I translate languages?
I think you'd have to know them.
He knows
first.
over 3,472 languages.
and this
Yeah,
ain't one of them.
Load up that Google Translate.
So
I'm gonna look through this.
after the
Start
hard
doing data analysis.
after the hard pause, and Vector immediately trying to start word caching things and to figure out what's going on. She kind of just takes her hand and makes this big wave motion out in front of her, and you see this kind of whitish energy come and kind of wash over you guys. And at that point,
I'm going way back and go,
Oh,
um,
no.
all right.
thank you, the Christmas tree. I'm sorry.
So
I don't do that.
after,
Sorry.
and again, it's not a wave so much as it is kind of out. Just so you know.
Yeah.
That energy kind of washes over all of you, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Okay, let's try this again."
Oh,
Hello.
hey.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey guys, I
language.
can translate it.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore. Go wait outside.
Oh wow. Okay, see ya.
Go
Wait,
play
wait,
with the
wait, wait.
kids.
So I assume you were using some type of spell to speak our language?
I have, among some of my abilities, come across a way to help people communicate.
Yeah, funny
Yeah.
enough, I didn't pick
Yeah,
that one
you
last
know.
week.
Swing and a miss. No, but yeah,
Hey, I have a great idea.
be honest,
If we ask her to have someone also speak in her native language while she's talking, you can gather that data there, Mr. Android, and
I don't
make
think-
yourself a dictionary.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Because
Just no.
you're no longer hearing it in the other language. You are now hearing it in a language that you comprehend.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you learn another language. You hear it in your language, and you hear it in their language.
No, but you're not
No,
hearing it in
shit.
their language anymore.
Just ours.
I put my hand on your shoulder and say, "You can't just say things."
Alright, so you definitely didn't hear her. You're like, never mind. Fuck it.
I'm
Um,
sorry. It was a good idea.
I said she says what she's saying, then she has one of her people say it in their
I
native
know.
language.
But the way the magic works is we
Yeah,
just hear
but
their language.
yeah, you would
on
just
them.
hear it in the same language that you would understand twice.
Okay, I was thinking it only affected
I-
her,
No.
not everyone.
So it's a no. Well, she cast a
It's an area
spell.
effect spell.
It affected
okay,
us.
got it.
No,
Yeah.
it affected you guys. She
Yeah.
cast it on you.
On us.
So you guys now
Oh.
kind of have like the knowledge of that language, at least
To be
for
fair,
a little while.
We're on a time crunch to save the galaxy. So, like, learning a new language is not high on my priorities. And
No,
I'm gonna
Android,
learn
get
anyways.
to work crunching them numbers, boy. So she said, "Yeah, I. To be fair, I haven't had to use the ability in quite some time. It was either that or I was going to disintegrate some small portion of the room. So I'm glad that it worked out this way. But
Yeah, me too.
who are you, and why exactly have you come here?"
Oh boy, that's a long story.
Wow.
We can ask you the same thing. No, I
We'll,
shouldn't say
we'll just get to the good part and say that we landed here and some people started trying to get all stabby with us, and I
Mhm.
didn't like it. But it
This-
wasn't your people, so like
It's like
that's
your
kind of how
people,
we
but
ended up here. Like,
without the
what's
little
going
apple?
on?
Well, you've arrived here at kind of a interesting moment. Those around you have, including myself, have recently been cast out of their homes for speaking out against Huntmaster Zavra and her desecration of tradition, let's say.
Oh, so you're the rebels.
Well,
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Nice.
Rebels.
We're not exactly the rebels. She's the one that kind of broke from tradition. So I guess it would depend on who you were talking. But like we would view them as the rebels, though they might view us as rebels as well. Either way, no one exactly wins in this situation. So
What tradition?
I mean, we kind of won.
A little bit.
There's
Uh,
a man missing a leg somewhere would beg the difference that we did not win.
yeah, it's unfortunate that it has come to such vile combat like this. We really only wish to preserve what we already had practiced for so long.
Mm.
I assume your religion.
Well, there's I well, I mean, if you're, I assume you mean the markings.
Si, signore.
That's the until recently, me, like most of my people, honored our ancestors, whose works you see all around us still. I still hold them in high esteem, but when I was exiled, I was granted this vision of a wise woman who told me a wonderful story, a story about how I would be instrumental in holding my people together and ensuring that the traditions of our ancestors would remain strong. And I no longer feared being banished, and instead I saw it as a way to strengthen my community. And perhaps maybe you're here to help with that.
Perhaps. Does any of this have anything to do with some, like, let's say, less than alive people who were maybe here recently?
Um, uh, there were. Sorry, I have like 2 whole pages of stuff here. um,
Verbatim.
there were some other strangers that arrived in a metal cloud similar to yours, but it was different in shape and color.
Yeah.
Theirs looked angry, as did their clothes. We welcomed them
Are angry.
into our great temple when they arrived, but they violated the vault of the Tales and attacked us, causing many deaths and destruction.
Yeah,
They,
that sounds like them.
after which they returned to their cloud and ascended into the sky.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry
a
about
spaceship.
that. We're trying to stop those people from desecrating more things.
They're trying to kill everybody.
Everybody.
What
Like
did they want in the
everybody.
vault?
Well, it is one of the many kind of blessed areas within the temple. It's a vast collection of our ancestors' wisdom held within these sacred crystals. I sometimes used to visit the vault when I had deep, unanswered questions. Though there is much about the words that I don't understand. I always come away from the vault of tales with some guidance. That is why the temple found should be free for all to visit.
Do you think your temple would give us guidance?
Well, the problem is oh, hang on, we jumped into a different direction, and I know what I'm supposed to say. I just want to make sure I don't leave out any important information.
Well, you see, what had happened was
The temple found, and again, the found is the name of the temple. It's really weirdly written. I just want to make sure we're good on that. The temple found is sacred to our ancestors, so we maintain it as the tradition dictates. It was open to all until recently. Then, after the strangers left, the huntsmaster sealed himself and some other of his warriors within, claiming that the temple must be kept safe from other strangers.
I see.
I objected to his decision, and the chieftain saw fit to exile me for speaking out. Luckily, I was not the only one to feel this way, so my neighbors joined me in my banishment.
Okay. Well, sounds like we have a rebellion to win.
I mean, if they all melt as easy as that last guy, then this will be a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Application error. Uh-oh. Oh, I lost VC. Shit. Hold on, chat. This is great. Got a random error there. Crap. I don't know how to ask for an invite. There we go. I'm glad one of you guys figured that out.
hey,
Oh Jesus. Okay, now I got to do
Oh,
all
he's
this.
back.
Yep, guess it's time to call it a night.
No, he's back.
I'm
I
here.
hear him.
Would it be an okay time to call it a night?
It's 11:30. We're almost there.
Yeah.
I promise we're not going much further.
I'm just saying, I also gotta deal with fucking, I think 8 inches of snow tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow.
Deal with 8 inches is hard for some folks, I assume.
I deal with it every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop out. I'm trying to rearrange all this for the 5 minutes or so that we have left. Cuz accuracy.
Accuracy.
Accuracy. Pin stretch. Okay, what was the last thing that you guys heard out of that?
The chief had
We-
banished her because she
yeah.
spoke out.
Got it.
We were saying that we would maybe you need to go have a conversation with this person.
Conversation.
Quote unquote.
Well, your help is certainly something that I would not turn down. I do think I remember of our ancestors speaking of another way into the temple. If you were to listen to them, you might benefit from their insights, but first you would have to prove yourself worthy enough to hear those voices.
Is there a ritual?
To be sure, not one that I am familiar with, but if we could get you into the right area, it might be something that reveals itself to you should you look for guidance in the...
That sounds like something we could do.
Excellent. Well, I by no means wish to be short with you, but I
Sorry,
do
I'm not sure.
think... Hey, Alexa, calm the fuck down. Just randomly yelling at me.
Alexa, play Party in the USA.
Fuck you.
Alexa, roll a
Headset.
d20.
Nope. Headset. She can't hear any of y'all.
I got him with that the other day.
Yep.
Shit was awesome.
You did. Jackwagon. So she says, I don't mean to be short with any of you. However, one of my fellow exilees has been injured quite grievously, and I should
I can help with
see
that.
to those. Oh, that would be wonderful.
Medic!
But to be fair, I probably have enough skill to handle it on my own. And besides, you all seem to have had your own bit of a scrap, it would seem. So perhaps maybe take this chance yourselves to address your own wounds and issues, and then we can continue on a little later on in the afternoon.
Okay.
If you need a place to stay, the city has more than enough space than what we currently use. You want there's buildings over there, and you guys can just have your pick of the place that's not occupied. Really, and I will. I'll have someone escort you over, and I can send them back after things have kind of settled down a bit, and perhaps we can continue this conversation.
Any place
That
that has a
sounds
nice and comfortable bed.
Great.
I told you it wouldn't give me much longer. So, with that, you guys take some time to search one of the nearby buildings. That's basically just like a giant condo building that's not in any kind of use. Power and whatnot, not a thing. Furniture is mainly stripped and gone. Walls are bare. There's doors on the place, so it's somewhat secure. There is enough for you to. You can find enough empty rooms that you can all take one yourselves. You can all pile in, but they're large enough that you could all pile into one if you wanted to and still be comfortable.
That's generally safer.
So, with that, we will wrap up tonight's events, and that is part one of the fourth AP, or the fourth part of the Dead Sons AP. So,
Nice.
thank you guys again for coming out and playing. Thank you all
GG.
for
Definitely
watching.
on a very primitive planet.
You
Yup.
are.
I don't think you'll find a weapon shop here.
It's
Probably not.
interesting. You don't know. You haven't figured that part out yet.
Yeah.
Almost
Like they have
ruined
a
it.
landing port, but at the same time they're very
Yeah.
simple.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Almost like taking journals full of notes.
So everyone say bye to the internet now. Bye, internet.
Bye,
Internet.
Thanks for give me
Bye, Mad
just
Mel.
1 sec.
I love you, internet.
So oh wait, hang on, I need to mute myself here. There we go. So this Wednesday will be Ebenclad again. We'll be starting that up and running that. That'll be this 7:30 Eastern this Wednesday, and then it'll be again next Wednesday, and then Starfinder again on Sunday. So see you guys then. Thanks for coming out and watching. Have a good night.